We
to this day, 125K. You ready?
let's do it.
What? I mean, it's been turning up with the girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't come close to her. If you with your girl, let me hear you say what?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is season 5, episode 11 of the Read, Talk, and Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host, Trey Reed. Killer Cam in the back. How you doing tonight, man?
Bro, I'm good, man. Just got back from the archery range, man. Bro, tight groups, bro. Putting in tight groups. Getting kind of scary because it get expensive because I'm stacking my arrows right on top of each other. I could damage them, so after that last, all in the X's, bam, bam, bam. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done for the day.
Yeah, man, it must be nice. I like to say that I've been shooting my bow. You know what I'm saying? I like to say that. I like to say I've been doing a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But it's really just been work. But I'm ready. I'm ready to get out and start shooting my bow, man. Obviously, you know, I brought that target
Yeah.
a few months back, well, during the hunt season or whatever. And I'm ready to get out there. It's actually starting to heat up down here a little bit, man. So I'm ready to get out there and get my groups together, man.
Bro, you got to because before you know it, tag gonna be on you.
Exactly, bro. I
But
can't wait for that.
and I'm telling you, you need to go like if you don't hunt with it, because I don't plan on hunting with my single pin sight.
Yeah.
But just for tack, bro, I switch to a single pin. That way, if you get a single pin, that way you can get your sight tape and you can range out to 100 yards. Because I don't know if you saw this morning, but they the truck came out, the new truck they're giving away this year.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh,
I didn't see that,
bro. I mean, my only gripe is I don't want all that bear shit on the side. You know, they got bear and
big but that's the point of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I come with it.
But hey, I mean, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. Just know.
Bro,
I want that.
Hey, I already got in my mind, bro. I'm slinging some arrows out there.
I mean, you gotta sling something at it. You gotta try to win the truck. I mean, even hey, I might sling a few, depending on how much shooting I get in before we get out. But no matter what, hey, I saw Rex Hayes. You know, he got a new old school. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to call it old school bow recurve, whatever you want to call it. I know he's gonna try to go get him some more gear.
Yeah, he got to go to finish. He got to defend his title because he wasn't there last year, so he didn't lose it.
Exactly,
he didn't lose it, so somebody got to beat him out. And truth be told, I don't think a lot of cats was even shooting the recurve last year. He could have came back and won it easy.
Yeah, he could have came back and been a triple dipper 3 years in a row, but he gonna come back and reclaim it. I feel it. I'm manifesting it now. I'm manifesting it now, man. But did you see any of the highlights from the McDonald's All American game?
Man, I watched like a couple, but I really wasn't paying attention to it.
Bro, I didn't watch it live. I barely ever watch any sporting events live unless it's a major deal because I got other stuff to do. Or whatever. I watched a few games from the tournament. We're gonna get to that too. But I go and I see one. It was just one video. ESPN had posted it, and it was just him catching one from deep and just letting it fly and splashing that thing. You know what I'm saying? LeBron celebrating on the sideline, all that stuff.
Was Bronny in it?
Yeah, come on, was Bronny in it?
I didn't know.
Gonna get us canceled. But no, he pulls up his play. So I'm like, man, I wonder what he did. I wonder how good he did, man. And he played a great game. But then I keep digging, and I see the slam dunk contest. And they freaking was just juicing him on the slam dunk contest. The very first dunk he does in the entire thing, still in his sweatpants. He goes up and does like a 360 windmill reverse behind the head dunk or whatever. And I mean, all the judges was like, oh, going crazy over there or whatever. But then the scoring came out. Everybody around, everybody's got their own numbers in the stands. Everybody's got tens up like, hey, he can shut this down right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With that dunk. and the three judges gave him 9s. You know what I'm saying? 3 judges gave him 9s, and they were like, "I want to see more. I want to see more." And that brought something to me. Like, is this where he's gonna go through? No matter what, no matter how good Bronny is, we want to see more, Bronny. We want to see more. So we're never gonna give you, no flowers.
Oh yeah, he definitely gonna get that, which and it sucks, but I think a lot of kids of famous athletes, especially not just famous athletes, but guys that are at the top of the game, I think they get judged a little bit harder than the average guy out there because they expect more out of you. You know what I mean? Like let's just say Michael Jordan's sons um were in the league, they made it to the league. I feel like if they wouldn't putting up, if they won 2, 3 championships, they still be like, it ain't enough. You didn't get 6 like your pops. You know what I'm saying? They never give them credit. Oh, your pops won 6. You got to win at least 7 or 8.
Exactly. And they gave it to Duke commit Sean Stewart, who he's a great player as well. Everybody who's there obviously is a great player.
Yeah.
But I just think, man, he's gonna have such an uphill battle to face his entire career. Not only because it is because of who his dad is, but I feel like we already hold him to such a higher standard than we hold any other, high school player and stuff like that. I just saw that and I was like, damn, 3 judges gave him 9s on that crazy dunk. Are they gonna hold him? They're gonna hold him to that type of standard his entire career. They want him at USC. They want him at Ohio State bad, obviously. Oregon as well, and Duke, I'm pretty sure, is the top for Bronny. So I'm anxious to see where he gonna go and how he's gonna fill out. I saw during that All-American game, they were talking about him being a one and done a lot. So I think that's a good thing. If the media pushes him being a one and done, I think that'll get it done even faster, regardless of how it does. Because I want to see the LeBron and Bronny duo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of people don't want to see that.
Man, people don't want to see nothing that'll be like a moment in sports history.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of college basketball, we got the Final Four, right, coming up. And we got San Diego State versus Florida Atlantic, and you got Miami versus UConn. If somebody would have told you, what do you say? Should I let what did it say? I can't record in the way down.
Should let them still come straight from high school.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah,
I mean, you could. Yeah, I believe they should still be able to come straight from high school. Basketball is such a different sport. You know what I'm saying? It's such, if you can hoop, pretty much you can hoop anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Given the body type, and obviously, if you don't have the body type, they're not even going to be looking at you to come out of high school. You know what I'm saying? But just think about a LeBron who came out of high school, a KG, a Kobe. You know what I'm saying? A J.R. Smith. You know what I'm saying? Those type of guys, when they came out of high school, they was league ready.
They was ready.
And then a lot of one and dones. Anthony Davis, Big Cat, what John Wall. You know, the list goes on and on and on. A ton of one and dones wasted a year in college.
Yep.
Yeah, Father said T-Mac. Hey, T-Mac, that's a whole nother podcast, man. Because I don't have beef with T-Mac, but I think T-Mac gets let off the hook, right? Because I did some digging on T-Mac one day. Shout out Brandon Lewis. Because we got in an argument one day, because T-Mac didn't make the NBA all 75 or top 75 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we went and looked at it, and T-Mac played like umpteen years. I can't remember what it was, but he played umpteen years. Obviously he had some injury in there, but I think he ended up ending his career averaging like 19 in totality and everything like that. And when you break down the numbers, I mean, are you top 75?
No.
You see what I'm saying? So I respect T-Mac. I love T-Mac's game. I had a T-Mac jersey growing up.
I think everybody had T-Mac jersey.
Everybody had a T-Mac jersey growing up, had the shoes. Look at Brandon coming back in here. T-Mac the GOAT. Not true. But I do love T-Mac. And we fantasize. Okay, we're going to just take the podcast there tonight. Like, why do we fantasize certain players like based off what they did? Like T-Mac scored all them points all fast, and you know what I'm saying? We love them for it forever, no matter what.
It's because some people like to live in that small time window. That is a small window, and some players only had a small window. Yeah, they might have had a long career, but that success was just small. It's a flash in the pan, and a lot of they stands, they fans, they stands, whatever you want to call them, they live in that moment right there.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because I mean, like who else you think? Who else is fantasized like that?
Steve Francis.
That's really not that guy. Franchise was that guy. I think you pull up some numbers and tell me wrong, but I think Franchise really was that guy.
I mean, he was that dude, but
he gets that much credit. Anyway.
He was that dude, but he wasn't that dude that
like nobody's knocking on the door for Steve Franchise to be on top of any list.
No, some people are. Some people are.
Who? I don't think there are. If Brandon would already hopped in the comments by now, if Franchise was that guy. Hey,
let's see.
I think
Kemp.
Sean Kemp. You think that's fantasy right there?
People fantasize about him. He was a shit career.
He was a great dunker. I think that's what people say. No one says he's. I don't know. I don't think people say him either. But they say he was a great dunker, which he was. I only love T-Mac because he played for my City Rockets. Fonzie, who you ride? You ride with the Texans too, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Fonzie, my boy. Francis is part of the best dunk contest. That's no bueno. But I think we fantasize a lot of things too. Like, I know that people gonna get a lot of slack on me for saying this because they think I'm just a Jordan hater. But we fantasize Jordan. You know what I'm saying? We fantasize Jordan. I'm not saying that Jordan wasn't great. Okay? Let's get that off my chest first. I'm not saying that Jordan wasn't a great basketball player and he revolutionized the game. Everybody wanted to be like Mike. Bam, cool, that's out the way. All right? But we act like Michael Jordan never lost the game. We act like he only played 6 years of basketball, and the rest don't count.
Yes, if you weren't gonna say it, I was gonna say it. That's it. No one ever talks about the years he was getting knocked out the first round, knocked out the second round. It was like when they talk about Jordan, it's 6 rings, as if he played 6 years. He came in 6 years, got 6, and dipped. Now to me, that would be a legendary story. If you was a guy, you came in at 20 years old, you won 6 rings. At 26, you chunked the deuces to the league. Now that's a legendary story. You automatically get in the Hall of Fame based on that.
We actually had a question come in to the RTL about that. Shout out Big Fed. Big Fed wanted to know. He asked me that when we talked about the D Rose and the injury guys, career got cut short because of injury, or maybe not went the way they wanted it to because of the injury bug or whatever. He said, "Hey man, there's a lot of people in y'all's comments, going after these guys, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and kind of trying to take away from what they did because they got injured, kind of like what we were saying." Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And he was like, "But what if a guy comes in his rookie year, he wins the
what up, Miss Sheets?"
Miss Sheets says, "Hey Trey, he wins the MVP first year, or rookie of the year, not MVP, rookie of the year. His team wins the championship. Boom, year 1. Year 2, he come back, scoring title, MVP. They win the ship again. Boom. Then he come back, 3-peat. All right?
Okay.
Now this guy sitting here with 3 championships, all these accolades or whatever in his first 3 years. The 4th year, he come back, don't win nothing. Boom. Or they don't win it. They go in the playoffs, make their run. They don't win it. He win MVP of the league. Come back the next year, win a championship, and then bam, career-ending injury, retire, whatever happens right there. All right?
Okay.
So he just got 7 years in the league. All right? 6 championships, all these accolades. Boom. He out the league. Is he the GOAT? Is that GOAT? Is that a big enough body of work to say, all right, that's the GOAT? 6 or 7 years.
No, because
But no one has done that.
No. I'm saying I guess you could say that, but here's the thing with the whole GOAT talk. Until some organization or some group of people actually sit down.
Donnie Brasco, what up? Kiki, what up?
Till somebody sit down and ask and actually come up with criteria for this is what solidifies you as the GOAT.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's similar to Sean Taylor in football with the Hall of Fame. How many years did Sean Taylor play before he passed?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many. I'm not sure how many years Sean Taylor played before he passed. But I don't know I don't know that many years is enough to cause somebody to go. But if you come in, I've always said this: if you do, or if you're doing things that no one's ever done before,
he played 3 years.
If you're doing legitimate, that is like that. That is like that. 3 years and he makes it in the Hall of Fame. It is like that. That boy Donnie Brown said, you know who the GOAT, Trey.
I mean, look at it like this. All right, he played 55 games in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
He played 55 games. He started 55 games. So he started as a rookie.
Yeah.
All right. He had 238 tackles, 61 assists. He averaged 2 sacks a game, 9 forced fumbles, 12 interceptions for 242 yards, and no touch. And he didn't have any interceptions for touchdowns.
So he did a lot real quick, and that's kind of like what I'm talking about right here. If a guy comes in and does a lot really fast, does that warrant? Well, obviously he passed away, which we know boosts you. No knock on Sean Taylor at all, but we know passing away obviously gonna boost you. Just like we see with the music game and everything like that. Aaron Yeager.
Aaron Yeager is the GOAT.
Of what?
It's
y'all on some other shit.
It's an anime thing.
Yeah, I knew it. I just knew it. I knew y'all was on some other shit. But anyway, he had one of the best hits in pro ball history. Yeah, for sure. Most memorable. You know what I'm saying? Another one of those things, that keeps you going. But no knock to Sean Taylor, but yeah, he did a lot real fast, and then he makes it into the Hall of Fame.
I think with the one thing with Sean Taylor is one of those, like when you have that fast career and then it's boom, it was snatched from him. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like that Dark Knight reference. I forgot it.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
You something that you a hero or you live or you play long
a hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
Exactly, and I think his life and career was just cut short. Where when you look at his tape, it's all greatness. It's all you see. You don't see there were no bad years. He put together 3 great seasons. So that's all you get to go off of. And then even if somebody wanted to be an asshole and go look at his college tapes and let's see, he was a dog in college.
Most definitely.
So he put together, if you look at his college and pro career, I think he played college 3 years.
Don't give me a line, man. I'm a young buck.
Let's just say he played 3 years. So he put together 6 years of amazing football. And then it was all snatched from us. So all we left with is greatness. So I have no problem with Sean Taylor being in Hall of Fame, and I got no problem.
Well, he's not in. He's not in, but he's just saying that's with the what if argument. Like, should he?
No. I'm saying I would have no problem with them letting him in the Hall of Fame. I'd have no problem, with people saying that he's the GOAT because what we have on tape, people would in 100 years. When we all gone and somebody dig up a Sean Taylor video, they can be like, this dude was the dude. Because that's all they got to go by. There's nothing else.
Yeah. And then obviously, man, the position he played, there's been a lot of guys who put in like time. You got Ed Reed who put in super time, who was great. Yep. You got Palomalu who put in super time. You got Lott. You got Bob Sanders. I put him in that category. Lynch. The list goes on and on. Cam Chancellor, who you want? You got a lot of safeties out there. I know I'm missing a bunch, just off the top of my head, but it's hard. He's a Hall of Fame, yes, but GOAT, nah. And I can agree with that too. But then also that goes on to the Deion sentiment. Like, are we just letting anybody in? You can come in and play three hot years? Because if somebody came in and had two good seasons in the mid season and bummed out the league, we wouldn't give them no credit. Earl Thomas goes on that list of safeties as well.
Here's my thing with like the Hall of Fame right here. I get what Deion is saying about we letting anybody in, but like let's say I had a career that was only 4 years.
Yeah.
And in those 4 years, I climbed to the top of the rushing yards in the NFL. I'm in the Hall of Fame. If I break a Hall of Famer's record, I'm in the Hall of Fame. I should be in.
And that's kind of like what I was saying to Fid. And I was like, if somebody comes in and does something that nobody's ever been able to do before,
yep,
I think you cement yourself at least somewhere in the top of that list.
Yep.
Because like let's just see, like D Rose, because that's what brought it up when we were talking about D Rose. D Rose did a career's worth in that short little bit of time. If you really look at it, outside of winning the championship,
right?
All right. I saw the breakdown on the thing about LeBron that he's really played 4 Hall of Fame careers because he did so much so fast. Went to another spot, did so much so fast. Went to another spot, did so much so fast. You know what I'm saying? And so he's done it as many things in all these other organizations as your favorite player did his whole career somewhere. You see what I'm saying? So I think a lot of these guys. I mean, I don't know that time gives you value because I think, like you said, you live long enough to be the villain.
Yep.
So I don't know if time is really giving value out here in the sports world. And you know, I hate sports fans anyway because we ain't gonna let nobody make it anyway.
Nope.
Jordan is the greatest of all time. Oh my god, no doubt. LeBron is the best player to touch a basketball. Can't argue with Jordan's.
Okay, so here's my thing.
Let them break that down.
Kiki, what makes Jordan the greatest of all time?
That's what I'm saying. You got to break that down.
Yeah, break that down. What makes him okay? If I'm a professor and I'm asking you in my class, and if you answer this question correctly, not even correctly, just give me a solid answer. It ain't gotta be correct. What makes Jordan the greatest of all time? You got three things. Give me 3 things that make him the greatest of all time.
Hey, Sam, I'm guessing if I could just go off this comment right here before you answer, he's saying you can't argue with Jordan's legacy and his influence, and I get that. I get what he's saying by that right there. But we're saying the greatest of all time is like the greatest basketball player of all time.
And the link is in the chat. If you don't want to type all that shit out, you can please hit that link and come up in here and talk.
You can the greatest basketball player of all time. Because we just saying he the greatest basketball influence of all time. Is that what you're saying?
Jordan, what makes him the greatest basketball player of all time? See,
and that's what I don't understand. I think that's kind of almost like the same thing as Jordan's the GOAT, but LeBron's the best all around player.
That makes no sense.
You know what I'm saying? I can't get out with that. But I just think I know we moved the goalposts. Like I said, I hate sports fans. You know what I'm saying? We moved the goalposts to put who we want, in a certain spot or on a number on a certain list or whatever it is. But I just think I don't even know how we got down this road all the way on LeBron and Jordan again. But I just think if you come in the league and do a short amount of time and you can, you know what I'm saying, you can really knock it down hard. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right off the bat, you get in there, you get it done. Championship, because you know they ain't gonna let you make it without no championships. So you win some championships, you win your MVPs, you win your Rookie of the Year, you get your scoring title. Boom, you out the league. That says something. I mean, we put Calvin Johnson up there, and he ain't got no bowls.
He got no bowls, and he played 8 seasons and dipped.
He played more than 8 seasons.
Oh snap!
Hold up.
I got the light behind him like Jesus.
Oh, dude. My bad. Let me turn. Well, that's the light right there, too. But no, what I'm saying is you got to remember, Jordan really did change the game. Like, just in terms of his influence, getting people to watch, turn it into like what it is now to where these people are able to make to make $200 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't really watch basketball before Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So like that's greatness. Like I'm not saying he the best ever because you know I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm also a diehard basketball fan.
Yeah, I agree on the influence part. I agree. I agree that
And I'm just saying, in terms of greatness, he didn't lose championships. You know what I'm saying? He got and like you say, in that short period of time, in them 12 seasons, he was going crazy.
He played 14. Don't try to take
Well,
that to Washington. Listen to him, man. I be trying to save them cats, man. I be trying to save them.
I ain't trying to save him. I ain't trying to save him because, man, I done put so much thought into this so much, and as I mature and get older, it changes every time. So I came down to where I can say he is the greatest so far. Like LeBron, it could change. You know what I'm saying? He's doing a lot, and, you know, they love you more after you retire. So that could definitely change. And, you know, especially with all the people that grew up watching LeBron, it might change one day. But, like, right now,
it's not going to change.
But it's like this. If LeBron has surpassed Jordan in every category, wouldn't that make him better than Jordan?
I think he is better than Jordan. Like, as a player, I'm just saying in terms of, like, when you just say greatness, like, his leg is just better. Like,
yeah, his legacy and definitely rated better because he got more fans. But I think it's like this, and I said it before, but Shai Gilgeous, however you say his name, y'all know who I'm talking about, Cat OKC.
Yeah.
The other day he came out and said, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I ain't never really, you know, I never got down with Bron because I knew I could never beat Bron.
Can't.
You know what I'm saying? But I could model my game after Jordan. Yeah. I knew I could never do what, you know what I'm saying? So I think that played a lot of part in it, which I done said that before.
Because like Bron in that Wilt, Oscar Robinson, Magic. You know what I'm saying? He in that conversation where like you can't duplicate that.
Yep.
I'm telling you. And that's why, and I think that's the big part of it too. So I see what you're saying for sure on the influence part. Jordan definitely got the best influence on basketball. But after that, I don't know. I don't even know who number 2. Yeah, probably
Steph Curry.
Probably Steph number 2.
I can tell you now.
Then you gotta go AI after that, I think.
Yep. When it came to swag.
That's what I'm saying. Like biggest influences on basketball in general.
And it really just comes down to the game always has to evolve at each level to be able to beat the GOAT at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like the way the skill came in the early 2000s, they had to play like that. You know what I'm saying? To get past that Jordan era. Then LeBron, you know, Kobe had his time. Then LeBron had his. You couldn't really do nothing with LeBron besides start shooting threes. You know what I mean?
That was it. And now you can. I mean, look at what Steph did. He changed the NBA the layout, and that shit went all the way down to youth basketball. You can't catch a kid shooting a layup. A kid will steal the ball, dribble all the way down court, stop at the 3, and chunk that joke up.
I was at Washington today keeping stats, and man, these little kids 5, 6 years old trying to shoot threes. Ain't even going past the free throw line.
Shoot that bitch, Jabari.
got a man wide open in the paint. No, I'm letting it fly.
Yep. I'm telling you, bro, and that's real. But you saw it. Everybody wanted to be like Mike. Everybody wanted to be like Steph. And just like Shai said, it wasn't no I want to be like Bron because you can go look in the mirror and be like, damn.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying? I can't be like Bron.
You're right. I couldn't even wear his shoes. They just made for people built like LeBron. I love LeBron, but I had to throw them Kobe's on. Them Brons heavy.
It's been one high school player that could have been like, I'm gonna be like Bron, and that was Zion.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? That was it. That was the only high school Bron comparison that we didn't, you know what I'm saying? That we didn't really been able to see. And you see everybody ain't built like that because he on the sideline every.
But I do think one day LeBron gonna change. Like he gonna pass Jordan in terms of greatness. I feel like it's just too, like you said, I hate sports fans too because they can't keep it real.
Yeah.
So after LeBron retire and when all the love get there, they're gonna really see like how amazing it really was to watch him come up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he probably gonna have to pass. You know what I'm saying? Before he really get the love, because even when he retire, his family's still gonna be getting it because Bronny playing, then Bryce playing. So it's really not unless he pass. He really not gonna get the love. Unfortunately.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, I feel it.
Does LeBron retire a Laker, or does he do what most people do and retire? Go to Cleveland for one day and retire.
I hope he does.
He probably gonna do that. He gonna retire in Cleveland. He has to.
I hope he does. Yeah, he pretty much has to. Like he a living legend there. Like,
Yeah, he has to. He has to retire in Cleveland. It's almost, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a one day, like you said. But knowing LeBron, I'll give you a year. You know,
hey, pull a Udonis Haslam.
that's what I'm saying.
Hey, give him a year and mess around and win a championship, then retire. Oh man.
Man, hey, that boy Udonis Haslam, speaking of him, you know, they done named the whole section in the stadium after his ass.
Bro, Udonis Haslam is like luggage. You stuck with him forever, man.
Bro,
Do y'all think he deserved it though?
I mean, he gave his life to the organization.
Yeah, he put the time in. You got to give him something.
I mean, yeah, he put the time in, but like,
because look, hey, when you really look at it,
he only had like,
he got 3 rings.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? When you really break it down, he got 3 rings. I don't know. I don't really know his role, how he was, but and I know he played a nice role in the 06 run.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? In the 06 run with Shaq.
He was a good rebounder for sure for his size.
Yeah, he played a nice role in that one. And then obviously when you're on a LeBron squad, he gonna get you a bucket here and there. You know what I'm saying? On the assist game. You know, so I feel like I know he's 23, 22 years in that hole. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Like, I ain't mad at him, I guess. Miami don't really have that many great players anyway.
And then when he walked through that thing, bro, you know, everybody in the building know him, kids, wife. You know what I'm saying? He deserves it.
Yeah. You say it like that, okay, I understand. Yeah.
Plus, they only had 2 coaches since he been there.
Yeah.
Think about that. Pat Riley and the Spoelstra.
Yeah.
So he definitely gonna get everything he wanted out of that. And that's a big reason why he was able to keep coming back too, even when he got trashed.
Yeah.
He was able to keep coming back. I'll go for whatever the lowest I can get. Oh, this boy didn't pull this man's number, so Lord. Hey.
Thank you.
Pull this man's numbers up. He came in the league in 02, 03. Hey man, come on, man. What you got?
What's his career averages?
His career average is probably gonna be bad because I know he got some years of single digits. Yeah, look at that. 7, 8, 5, 7. But his career average is what? What that is? That's minutes. I know that ain't points.
Hell.
I know that can't be points.
No, that ain't points.
That's minutes. That's what I thought.
There's some goats that don't even average their career wise.
That's what he got the. Get me right over here, bro.
I'm trying to see. I'm blind.
That boy played 6 games.
3.
His average is 3.
Woo.
He averaged 3 points and it's 20. God damn, man. Yeah,
that's 2-point field goals per game, bro.
So what you want to go to? Field goals?
Just straight up. No, I need points. That's how many field goals he hit. I mean, I guess we can.
You gotta scroll over. If you on that one, you gotta scroll over. It's on the other side. Yeah, I spend a lot of time on it.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
7.5. Yeah. 7.5 with 3 chips. But I mean, what he's supposed to be doing? Rebounds and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I can see him being that coach though one day. You know, if something falls through with Spoelstra.
Coach, but a coach. I don't think he's that vocal right now.
You can see him on the sideline. He vocal.
I mean, the man that played 880 some games.
I mean, I ain't saying he can't coach.
I ain't gonna lie.
If I'm him, I play way less games than him coaching right now.
Hey, yeah. If I'm him, I ain't stopping until I get 1,000 games in.
Hey, before you get off of here though, Kiki, I gotta ask you this because I saw this pop.
Because I was gonna get off.
Greg Popovich up for the Hall of Fame, but he's still coaching. Do you think they should let a coach in that's still coaching?
Yeah, I mean, when you Greg Popovich, yeah. Because at this point,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, because like you can already see like he ain't got too much left. Like they not even really winning. It's like where he doing right now is just like just doing what they paying him to do. You know what I mean?
And that's why I think it's kind of a bad look.
Yeah, why is he still there? Why is he?
I mean, he loves coaching.
Because I mean, he's the greatest basketball mind of our era.
Yeah, but my thing is, this is what I'm saying right here. The Spurs, for probably since they traded Kawhi, have been on the bottom end, pretty much. They had a little run with DeJounte Murray when he first got there, thought they was going to be something. but you know what I'm saying? They went young, way too young, I think, and it was a wrap. But
Man.
so they losing. They really ain't filling the stadium up. It's just a bad time in San Antonio. And then we're gonna throw you in the Hall of Fame. You know, I think it's just kind of like a bad look.
I feel like they're just trying to let him go out on a high horse because, like, the game pretty much has surpassed his play style. Now it's Steve Kerr's style. You know, he's jumping into that role. You know, after like Phil Jackson when the triangle offense went away.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is. They just want him to go out on a high note, man. They've been sorry.
They have been sorry, man. Even on the game. Like, I got an online season on the game. You come up against San Antonio, dub them by like 40, bro. Like,
45.
They just trash.
Hey, you see the Celtics gave him 40 like 2 days ago.
Yes. Oh, I'm saying they poo cheese, man. I hate it for them, man.
But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all letting me on.
All right,
I gotta anytime.
Move around real quick, get my night together, get ready for tomorrow.
Already, my boy. We appreciate you hopping in and giving you spiel.
Already.
So, Cam, get him out of here.
Hey, he saw the exit sign. Hey, man, shout out to that boy Billy in the comments, man, showing loves and likes out there. We really appreciate you, Mr. Lavender.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Y'all shout out to the Tiger King, man. If y'all need some of that financial advice, some financial freedom, y'all holler at Mr. Billy Lavender on over there at Diamond Bank. But if you're on the podcast right now, man, we appreciate you for tuning in for real seriousness. Make sure you hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button. I see y'all been active on the page the past couple weeks, man. We really appreciate it. Everybody seeing it. We talk about it daily. So shout out to y'all for that, man. Spotify, y'all keep doing y'all's thing. We ain't forgot about y'all over there.
Everything up to date over there. Everything up to date.
But make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, especially that share button, man. Let everybody know what you're watching, why you're watching, and where you're watching it over here at the Retalking with Some Podcast. And then make sure y'all get over there to the Instagram page, man. Follow at the RTL Podcast. Can't forget my super producer right here, Mr. Killer Cam, KILLR Cam over on Instagram. And then definitely my guy right here, the Dreaded Archer, DA_Dreaded Archer 17. And then myself, last but not least, Big Poppy _OD9 over on the gram, man. So y'all get to those pages. And speaking of those pages, man, my super producer got something for y'all.
Yeah, man. So on Sunday, just as advertised, we went ahead and dropped that hot video. Shout out to the boy Donnie Brown with some camera work, and that thing was shot, edited, and starring none other than the man himself, Mr. Nicholas Cole Reed.
You know what I'm saying?
Many hats. Many hats. So, man, we it's done very well. It's been really well received on Instagram. A little over 125,000 views on that thing. So that's more than I ever thought was possible. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, as she said, been sharing that thing. Miss Say Grace herself showing awesome love, shared it in her group for us. I know she got a lot of followers over there. So we definitely appreciate that. But one more week before we're going to pick a winner. We're either going to do a $100 virtual Nike gift card or $100 to your Cash App, whatever you choose. So we're going to do, had a lot of shares, a lot of likes. So what we're going to do, since we've had so many people like and share and the views, it's very hard to keep up with all that. So what we're going to do, the official rule set today, it's going to give y'all 1 week to do it on the Retalking Listen Facebook page where you're watching right now. So if you're tuned in on Spotify, go ahead and hop on over there, send a DM to the page, comment on the video. It should be the second one from the top, the second video. I believe the smoothie video is pinned right now. It's the one directly underneath that. Comment on there, hashtag RTL, and then tag Retalking Listen Podcast at Retalking Listen Podcast. Same thing on Instagram. Slide on over there, like the page if you haven't already, in the comments at the RTL page. So we'll get the notification of your tag. 1 entry per Facebook, 1 entry per Instagram. And for an additional bonus entry, you can slide over to mine at Killer Cam. which I am a collaborator on the video, so it should be easy to find mine as well. Like my page, drop that comment in there at RTL Podcast. That's going to get you 3 entries. I've got a multitude of shoe boxes around this thing. We'll actually cut it off the night before, so Tuesday night. So you got 6 days. Tuesday night, we're going to go through there. Me and Nick will get a list together. We'll input all the names, and live next week, right here on the RTL Podcast, episode 12, we are going to draw a winner live. None of this off air, none of this foolery. It's going to the homie. None of that. We don't get down like that. We're going to put them in a hat. I'm going to get the drawing done. I'll pop my camera on. Hopefully my camera ain't BSing. We might have to let Nick do it because my camera doesn't all the time looking. I'm looking at my phone right now, and your boy just looking pressed. That's the internet, y'all. I'm trying to get hooked up with a better internet provider, but it is what it is.
Gotta get it.
But yeah, we're gonna pick a live winner. We'll pick the winner live. You'll have 24 hours to send in your request for the virtual card, or if you prefer the Cash App. If you're not watching it live, you do not have to be present to win. We do appreciate your love and support. Would hope you would be here, but if not, you have 24 hours to DM myself or Nick or Trey your Cash App information, and that will come directly from me for all your support of our projects and videos and stuff. So we really appreciate all the love we've been getting. We had to change up the rules a little bit just because it's going to be on my wildest dreams. I joked before we shot this thing, Nick got his 100,000 views on there, Trey doing his thing with all the probably coming up on a cool meal right about now. So
almost there.
I said, I need to get my 100,000. Before then it was 32K. Shout out to Clean Visuals, my boy Ron. I think I saw him lurking in the comments earlier. He helped us get up there. That thing took off, but man, that Air Max Day, I don't know if it was the right hashtags or just got in front of the right people, but that thing took off running. Had to turn my phone on completely silent and it was on vibrate. It was like every 2 seconds. Zzz, zzz, zzz.
Oh, dude, Nick called me and was like, "Hey, man, we had 5,000 views." I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah!" And he had just posted it. And then I got the next morning and getting ready to go to the gym, and I looked and I'm like, "Damn, it's at 100K,
bro."
And then I went to the gym and it slipped my mind. And Nick called me, "Hey man, you see the video?" I'm like, I asked him, I was like, "No, what's that?" He's like, "Man, it's at 119K." I'm like, "Damn."
Yeah, it sat there at 119. I think it might have peaked like 120 this afternoon. I got a notification a couple hours ago. I sent a screenshot to Nick. A huge page, almost 1 million followers on Instagram. Air Max always. So shout out to them. I seen that they liked it. Sent Nick the screenshot where they liked it, and it showed him a screenshot of their page. And like literally as I'm sending that, I refreshed it and it started. It jumped up like $5 or $6 grand within that hour. So man, I don't know if they shared it. I hit them up. Shameless plug. Hey, we just trying to do our thing, man. And I know you got the For Real Deal Sneakerhead followers over there. Just help a brother out. Oh, and another thing. Shout out to Private Selection.
Yeah.
That's probably the premier sneaker shop and clothing streetwear in Dallas. They now have 2 locations, one in the Galleria Mall in Dallas and one in the Stonebriar Center in Irving. So shout out to them for sharing that for us. We really appreciate it. If you ever see this, if you want a special guest, I know y'all have y'all's private conversations. We ain't Fat Joe or nobody like that, but your boy got a few pairs over here and we can talk about it.
My legs ain't as big as Drewski. I jump around that whole store in them space boots.
Put them big red boots on.
Most definitely, man. So y'all heard it here first, man. My boy Killer Cam, super producer himself, giving away $100 Nike e-gift card, or you can get $100 sent straight to your Cash App. All you gotta do is go to the video we dropped Sunday, the Air Max video. You'll see it on the page. Comment on that thing. Hashtag RTL. Tag the RTL page. Get over to the Instagram. Do the same exact thing. And for a bonus entry, get over to Killer Cam, KILLR Cam, and you might get yourself $100, man. Who does not want a free $100?
$100.
You know what I'm saying? A free $100 is a free $100, baby. If I could get in, I would. You know what I'm saying? If I could get in, I would.
And if anybody shows up at game day headquarters with a box of Cake House, you might get like 5 extra inches. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Hey, shout out to the Cake House. Hey, After lunch treats today. Y'all doing something?
Trey, they own DoorDash with a 50-cent delivery fee.
Y'all doing something over there? Yeah, we had a great.
I'll be home in a couple weeks, and I'm got to swing.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely go down there.
Hey, I'm all at KB, and we'll shut the store down for an hour and go in there and just chop it up.
What y'all got in the back?
Yeah.
What y'all got new? I know you guys. Oh, they got this. They got this peanut butter joint.
Hey,
Oh, man, that sounds crazy.
Speaking of cookie, your boy got his own cookie at Mary's Mountain Cookie.
Hey, shout out to
The
him. Shout out to the
official
boy.
dreaded
The official
cookie.
Dreaded Archer cookie is a caramel snickerdoodle cookie.
Oh,
Okay then.
Speak my
Okay then.
language.
Caramel
Yeah.
snickerdoodle cookie. The dreaded
Shout out to my
Archer.
boy Rob.
They got the caramel hanging off the sides. Dreaded Archer cookie. Hey, but no, man, shout out to that. That's huge right there, man. Y'all get over there. Y'all get over there. Hey, shout my boy out, man. Give my boy a better shout out than that.
Hey, hold on,
Oh,
I
my
got
boy,
you.
my boy Rob.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you find yourself in the Rapid City area and you in downtown Rapid City, you gotta swing by Mary's Mountain Cookies. They got quarter-pound cookies, quarter-pound cookies, big as your head. You know what I'm saying? They got all flavors, all shapes. You know what I'm saying? So swing in and tell them DeAndre sent you.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. That's DeAndre.
You said the quarter-pound cookie.
Quarter
Hey,
pound,
man.
baby.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. More sports news for tonight. I forgot the sports news again, bro. I always be forgetting sports news. We never really talked about the tournament. I know we got into it, but we never really talked about the tournament. So I guess we gotta go ahead and cover that. I said the matchups: Florida Atlantic, San Diego State, Miami, and UConn. Nobody expected these teams to be the teams, right?
Not at all.
First,
Well,
year,
maybe UConn.
We got to talk pass.
He said pass. UConn got on that. But no, shout out to them Burger Boys. But there wasn't no Burger Boys. This is the first year since they started keeping a record of it, which is like 1979 or something like that. This is the first year that there's not one single Burger Boy in the Final Four. Not one single 2022 or before McDonald's All-American player is in the Final Four this year.
And Arkansas had 3 of them.
And Arkansas had 3 of them on their team. And they couldn't get it done.
Shout out
But
to
it's
UConn.
also, this is the first year that a number 1 seed didn't make it to the Elite 8, I believe.
Yeah, the Elite 8.
I think it was maybe the Elite 8 or the Final Four. I think it's the Elite 8. No 1 seed made it. Did Alabama get beat out in 16?
I think Alabama was in the Elite 8.
Yeah, they got beat in the Elite 8.
It was something like that. It was something crazy like that.
San Diego State beat Bama to get to the Final Four. Yep.
Yeah. So we got a number 9 seed in Florida Atlantic. Well, shout out to the Power Hour because they interviewed that cat from Florida Atlantic, and now he going nuts in the tournament.
The take flight.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to y'all for that. That's lit. San Diego State's a 5 seed. Miami's a 5 seed, and UConn, who, it really don't matter what seed they are because they're just a good program. They're a 4 seed. All right. And we talk about this all the time. It's called March Madness for a reason. But this year was just different. I mean, go ahead.
I mean, Cass was just playing like it was it. That's what when it boils down to it. Every game you watch, there was not even the games that ended in where it looked like a blowout. If you watch the first half of that game and into the second half, everybody was just giving it the all, and then eventually, like always, the depth charts just kind of start showing up. But I mean, there wasn't a bad game.
There haven't been very many bad games. I'll say that. There's been a couple that was straight blowouts. I think the Alabama or Gonzaga Howard game that started off for them was a big 30-point or 40-point blowout. The Alabama blew somebody out too, and by like 20 or 30. It was a few games that was kind of slow and blew out. But besides that, man, it's been fast paced. It's been crazy action. The Cinderella teams got done how they were supposed to. You know how I feel about Cinderella. You know what I'm saying? The Cinderella teams, they did their thing. They got their little shine in the next round. Yeah, You know what I'm saying? That's
shocked.
you know what I'm saying? I don't hate the Cinderella, but I'm just like, come on, man.
You there
I
for
got
one
money
dance.
out there.
One
Yeah.
dance. Get
I
on
got
down the
money
street.
out here. I got brackets out here. I ain't got time for no Cinderella. You know what I'm saying? Cool to the story. Big ups to y'all, whatever. But no, I don't need that. So yeah, the Cinderella teams, after they busted up all the brackets, they got
All
put
the
out the
brackets
next
within
round.
two damn days, brackets was busted up.
Yeah. So the bracket busters, Cinderellas, whatever you want to call them, you know, they got their due justice like they did to us. They got done to them. You know what I'm saying? Do unto others as you would like done to you. And it happened for them. But San Diego State, on the other hand, and Florida Atlantic, which I hate that they're playing each other. I wish this game was the opposite way. I wish it was Florida Atlantic and Miami playing and UConn and San Diego State playing. That's what I wish it was.
Yeah, because you could then you get opportunity when you get two,
Exactly. And then you might have a Florida Atlantic, you know, you gonna have one of the best games ever, probably watched as in a Florida Atlantic versus Miami semifinal. You know what I'm saying? That would be a stupid game to watch. You know, the battle for Florida. And,
Yeah, that'd
and
be
the
dope.
University of Florida ain't nowhere in it. You know, that's the perfect storm right there.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
That'd be legit. But I wish, and then you'd also get the chance to have the two probably most unexpected ones that are still in it to play for it all.
Yep.
Which I think would be lit.
Hey, dude, I watched the Florida Atlantic game, man, and I forgot. I don't know the cat's name. I'm watching the game, and I ain't never mind. Now, bro, you know, dude, his dreadlocks start like back here.
Come on, man.
But hey, Mikey, bro, cold blooded.
That's your only attribute you can say about the cat.
Yep. It's gonna stand out to me, man. Hey, everybody gotta have a brand, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis got the brow, and he got the
That's so wild, man. That boy crazy. Hey, shout out to the cat with with his dreads back there.
Mikey. Name's Mikey.
Mikey what? Give him his full name out here, man. Give him his props on the pod.
Mikey Robinson.
Mikey Robinson, turn up. You probably made that up. Mikey Robinson, turn up, man. Before the Atlantic on it, man. Go to the ship and win that thing on this boy. Right here. Mikey Robinson. Hey, speaking of conspiracy, have you seen the San Diego State guy? Somebody right now, I don't even know if I want to go into it because I can't remember what team it was. But somebody, he's like under strict, like super watched by the TikTok lawyers and the internet investigators and all that stuff for trying to throw a game, and they actually ended up winning the game. But it's crazy. They show all this footage of this dude turning the ball over, what looks like kind of on purpose and stuff like that. At the end of the game, the other team makes a large prayer, throws it down the court. They jump up and tip it. It goes out of bounds. They say it's their ball. The game's over. He's standing there in shock. He's telling them they slow motion the camera. It looks like he's looking at the ref, and he's allegedly saying, "Y'all need to review that. Like, y'all need to review that or whatever."
Yeah.
He got his hands on his head. I mean, it could be. Did we just catch somebody? You know what I'm saying? Doing exactly what we thought. Could be. You know what I'm saying? What goes on in these type of tournaments and these type of things?
Could be, man. And
let's go back to game one.
In today's society, you got so many cameras, you can't get away with none of that stuff.
Exactly, but I'm just saying, let's go back to game one of the entire tournament. His brother was on the other team too. Oh, I knew Brandon was looking on TikTok. Hey, Brandon Loris sends the most TikTok videos that I've ever seen in my life. He sends at least 10 a day. At least 10 a day on the TikTok. So I knew you would have some more info on that, Brandon. Shout out to you. But the very first game of the tournament, right?
Okay.
The dude just throws the ball down the court. Remember that? The other team gets it. FDU. Furman. Yeah, not FDU. Furman.
It was Furman versus Virginia.
Exactly. This Virginia cat, instead of just doing what all hoopers do when you trapped on the baseline, move out the way, bounce it off the legs, out of bounds, boom. Y'all get the ball, you get a chance to retry. New clock. This cat just chunks it to nobody.
Nobody. Just
Right
throws
to
it
a
in the air.
Furman cat, really. He catches it, comes down, pull up three, bang, game over. Even in the post-game interview. Go ahead.
Even the Kevin Furman was getting interviewed, and they asked him like, how do how did the last months play out for you? And all he could say was he just threw the ball. Why did he throw the ball? Like, it shocked everybody. I'm pretty sure he ain't got no scholarship no more. Because I can tell you, if I was a coach, hey player, you better find your way back to Virginia the best way you can, because you ain't riding with us.
Hit that portal. Go ahead and hit that portal.
I'd have had his portal papers waiting right there.
You gotta tell him like Deion say, some of y'all gotta go and hit that portal.
As he walked off the court, you're hitting the portal. He wouldn't even got opportunity with me.
He come over and shake his hand. My bad, coach. I'd be like, yeah, it's all right. Portal. Whispering in his ear. Portal, my boy. We getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these guys are young, right? I know a lot of times we don't think about that because, I say sports fans were the worst people on earth. We don't think about it. These guys are young. That dude threw that ball down the court, man. He got a test tomorrow.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's kids. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, obviously there's grown-ups out there too, but most of these cats is just kids, man.
They 18, 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole they first time being away from home. They got a girlfriend's probably getting on their nerve. They probably don't know if they're gonna pass the semester or not. They got a lot of shit going on. So
the one and done shit, the NIL shit's out there, the portals out there. The number one JUCO transfer might be your position coming in. I mean, they got a lot of stuff when they play too. All right, so we got to think about that when we're talking about these athletes. But at the end of the day, that was the dumbest thing we ever saw. Almost. It just comes into the fact of, are these games fixed? Can they really be fixed? Because that's like the biggest argument. Is like, no, there's no way you can just. There's too many moving parts. But can I just get one guy? If I can just get the right guy, is that enough to?
I mean, if you got a guy that can score points like that and that can control the game, then yeah, you can do it one person. But I think when it comes to fixing a game like basketball or football, you gotta have the officials on your side, straight up.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do, bro.
But in order to not have the officials, you gotta get a whole team involved.
I don't think so. I think one guy, because check this out. Just like in that game, a turnover here, a turnover there. All these games is close. Everybody good. We in the tournament. It's not like we fixing, even the teams that we don't think is that good, they in the tournament. They somewhat good, and they obviously show us because we have upsets and things like that. But everybody out here good. So the game's going to be close. So a turnover here, a turnover there. That's detrimental.
Yeah.
In the tournament. You up 2 or y'all up 5 and y'all coming down the court with a chance to go up, 8 or 7 and you turn that thing over and they come down and hit a 3. Now y'all up 2. You see what I'm saying? And that basketball shit go quick. That basketball shit go quick. A 10-point lead in basketball is nothing, especially in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the stat line, I mean, Virginia had 8 turnovers. I think 4 of them came in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Look at that. You see what I'm saying? That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Now, if three of those 4 turnovers came from the same guy, should we look into that?
Yes, you should. Straight up.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a bigger chance that it could happen than it is that it cannot happen. So I don't know. I lean more towards the conspiracy side anyway. So if y'all down to ride with this one, I'm down to keep digging. If y'all down to ride with the fact that these NCAA tournament games could be fixed, I'm down to dig on it because.
But also, it's too much money on the line.
That makes it more reasonable for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a couple weeks ago, I saw an article where it said that the WWE is going to start allowing people to bet or to do sports betting on WWE matches.
Yeah.
We already know those matches are scripted.
Yeah.
We know that. So to me, I think that's, you know what I'm saying, the higher ups saying, hey, let's just put this out there. And, yeah, this is scripted, but they might, they
They
won't
still
realize
betting on it. They still watching
they
it.
still betting on it, still watching it, and maybe everything else might be scripted as well.
That's a good theory right there.
I
I
don't know.
think I just don't know how it's gonna work, man. I just don't know how it's gonna work. Who really is gonna bet on that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know in the chat right now.
I can tell
Would
you.
you bet on a WWE match? John Cena versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm just putting a hypothetical one out there, but Stone Cold versus John Cena. Are you betting on that match? The same way you betted on Fury Wilder, the same way you betted on McGregor Khabib, the same way you betted on Jones DC?
I mean, yeah, because technically you don't know what's going on.
But you know somebody does.
Yeah, you know somebody does, yes.
That's what I'm saying. So like, you know how you make your money betting by, going thinking the underdog gonna win, or doing your research and figuring out that the underdog actually can win and ride with the underdog, and you know what I'm saying, you beat the odds.
But see, I think with WWE, if you in it, if you watch it, you know the storylines. You can pick a winner.
That's what I'm saying.
Based on a storyline.
There's never a bottom side to actually win, because if you go with the guy who automatically gonna win, you put a bunch of money out there and you necessarily don't win much back.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So,
but I think it all depends on how they set it up. Like, is it going to be like a straight up win, or he's going to win by submission, or he's going to win by getting pinned, or it's going to be a disqualification?
I see. I mean, there's ways they can put it out there. They can wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? You can spray perfume on it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can spray perfume on it, cologne, Febreze, rub some dryer sheets on it. That dookie still stink.
But here's the question: if people knew that, let's take sports betting out of it. If let's say it comes to find out that the NCAA tournament was scripted, would people not watch?
I mean, they still watching WWE.
Exactly. I think people wouldn't care.
I don't know.
I think you would have some people that cared, but for the most part, it's entertainment, man.
But like I said too, though, at the same time, sports fans, we trash, bro. I don't know what we would do with our lives without sports, though. Honestly, think about how much of a custom that we've made sports in our life. I mean, there's so many people on Sunday. If it ain't church, it's football. Like that. During football season, I don't make no plans on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After we leave church, I'm sitting on this couch in this recliner. I got my cold ones. I don't want to hear nothing. And it's just straight football. And that's all across the country. You can go in the deepest, darkest cave, the most rural area. You're going to see a damn Cowboys flag. You're going to see a damn New York Giants flag. You're going to see an Eagles flag. You're going to see, a Steelers flag. You're going to the originals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
gonna find them fans in the deepest, darkest crevice of the United States. On Sunday, they watching football.
Yep.
And basketball, everybody don't watch every sport, but everybody around here, most people have that sport.
Yeah, that's true.
That boy Kiki said all professional sports are scripted to an extent. I do believe that. If you think they scripted to an extent, you might as well go ahead and say
they scripted.
They scripted. If they putting their hands in the pot at all, they put it all the way in there. Because there's one thing I know about this country is we don't hold back for nothing.
Nothing.
We ain't taking no inch. We taking 18,000 miles.
But see, here's the thing that most people don't realize. If I like guys that that handle all the sports betting and stuff in the NFL and all that, even as an NFL commissioner, my bottom line, I don't care who play in a Super Bowl. If you want to be real, I care about what's going to impact my bottom line the most. And if I'm looking at it and it looked like the Browns and the Dolphins gonna make the Super Bowl, ain't no money in that game. I don't think nobody would watch that game. I mean, people watch Super Bowl, yes, but it's not gonna be a buzz. People are not gonna be excited the Browns and the Dolphins or in Super Bowl.
I don't know. It's too good of a story there for it not to be. You see what I'm saying? That's too good of a story for it not to be a huge Super Bowl. The Browns, if the Browns make it to a Super Bowl at all, it's gonna be huge. Then you saying they playing the Dolphins? That you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I can see the storyline, but I'm saying as if I look at the fan base, if you look at the fan bases, the Browns ain't got no big fan base.
you crazy.
In Cleveland,
That's all you need. It's no. First of all, that's not true. That's not true. You see Browns jerseys everywhere.
no, because they might like that player.
Man, that's still a fan. You think they like that player? If you got the jersey, because that's another thing about trash ass sports fans too. If you have a jersey in your closet of a team and they make it somewhere, you already know what happens. You turn into this. You've been riding. I've been having this jersey since 8th grade. What you talking about? Yeah, exactly. You've been having that jersey since 8th grade. What a new one. They don't even wear that no more. You know,
Right?
They don't wear that no more. But
I just think like I want if I was a commissioner, I want the game that's gonna bring me the most money, that's gonna have the biggest storyline, that's gonna generate more revenue. And if I see that a team might not be there that I don't want, I might pull some strings. Hey, if it's close, call it.
man, but you don't think Joe Shiesty? I think Joe Shiesty being in the Super Bowl would have blew out everything.
That storyline was too good with Patrick Mahomes and the Eagles.
That wasn't that good of a storyline.
It is.
That was not that big of a storyline.
Because
What was so big about it?
Because you got Mahomes who was injured.
That shit was not big.
Man, that's all they talked about.
Yeah, that lets you know how big the game was. They'll make a storyline out of anything, though. Exactly. They can make a storyline out of the pinky. You coming to this game with a twisted pinky. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can make a storyline out of anything. But Joe Shiesty is one of the most followed quarterbacks. I mean, even our mama, who is a fake Cowboys fan, was all talking about Joe Shiesty. Joe Shiesty. She called me trying to figure out how to watch the game because she only know how to watch one game. She only know how to get to Cowboys games. If it's another game, she gotta have help to find it. So she called me asking me, "Hey, what time is this Joe Burrow game on?" She watching. This is the day before the game. She's sitting there wondering, what's going on with the game, and I'm like, "Hey, what you mean the game tomorrow?" She didn't got the type of stuff in. She watching the game from last year. Kansas City versus Joe Burrow from last year. I said, oh man, no. But no, that's what I'm saying. So Joe Shiesty has a following, bro. That is a bigger story than Patrick Mahomes going again this year.
No, but with Patrick Mahomes, you need him to be the face of the NFL.
Why can't Joe Shiesty be the face?
Because he ain't got a bowl yet. I need the guy with the bowl that's already got the big fan base.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Joe Burrow has as big, if not a bigger, fan base than Patrick Mahomes.
Bro, let me tell you something. All these little
once he put the chain on and the shades, and when he turned into Joe Shiesty, it was over with. You got little kids running around, don't know nothing about Shiesty. Joe Shiesty, they want to wear. Hey, they wearing chains, everything. You think they ain't wearing chains because the rapper? They wearing it because Joe Shiesty wearing it. Because Kirk Cousins wearing it. You see what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm just saying, I'm here in the Midwest. Kansas City is 5 hours from where I stay. And when I tell you every light-skinned fella in the Midwest got the Patrick Mahomes haircut and think he Patrick Mahomes. They're in the mixed game, in the mixed challenge, Sioux Falls that ain't walking around with a Patrick Mahomes haircut.
Hey, I believe it. I come through there. Kansas City runs deep all the way through there. Every time I drive through there, Kansas City run deep through there. But they ain't messing. Ain't no. So you tell me the kids up there ain't messing with Joe Shiesty?
Nope. It's Patrick Mahomes and it's the gritty cat.
Oh, Jay Jettis, Justin Jefferson over there in Minnesota.
Because they right down the street.
They like Kirk Cousins too. I've been up there before.
Who? Man, they took
Kids.
man. Kirk Cousins got his own cereal up here,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. They like Kirk up there too. Patrick Mahomes ain't getting all the love.
No,
But I'm just saying.
No,
What, this what happened.
Hy-Vee
Go ahead.
go whatever who winning. So Hy-Vee is a big grocery chain in the Midwest. If Kansas City is doing good, you walk in the store and it's all Kansas City. But since they got a bunch of stores in Minnesota, if Minnesota doing good, then across the country, all the Hy-Vees gonna have Minnesota shit. It just depends on who good. And right now, Patrick Mahomes got a big deal with Hy-Vee, and he own everything. He own the chicken buckets, he own the pop cans, he own everything. Hell, he even on the Hy-Vee brand toilet paper, and I know he don't use it.
No, I ain't using
it. And we're using Charmin.
Hey, hey, but check this out. Joe Shiesty, what made Joe Shiesty who he is was the leave the Ohio State move. To Louisiana. He took Louisiana over by storm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They loved him down there. And then he gets drafted back up north. You know what I'm saying? Back
hometown,
to Ohio.
Any hometown.
You know what I'm saying? Back to Ohio. So he got the South on lock. You come to LSU down, you come down south to LSU and win a damn bowl or natty, however you want to say it. You win a natty down here. Hey, you cemented for good, baby.
Well, they'll bust your head. You talk bad about
That's
Joe
what I'm
Shiesty.
saying.
Go down in the bayou.
That's what I'm saying. And then he goes back up to the Bengals, who have been Garbaggio. Couldn't get it done with the Red Rocket. Couldn't get it done with AJ Green. Couldn't, you know what I'm saying?
And they didn't made it to the AFC Championship 3 years in a row.
That's what I'm saying. They went to the bowl.
It went to the bowl.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The Shiesty story was there. It was a revenge year for him too. The story was way higher up on Joe Shiesty.
I guess you weigh your options out. I know, and I know one thing. He started the whole smoking a cigar in the locker room. Now everybody doing it.
Oh yeah. Any game they win, everybody got the cigars out.
Hey, cats don't even smoke cigars.
Choking like a mug. That's what I'm saying. Choking like a mug.
Hey, bro, you don't inhale that, man.
I think that's funny too, though, man. I think that's funny. I know we on a high note right now, man. I really debated on whether we was going to even. I know I don't even know if we was going to even hit this little subject right here, man. But obviously, we know what went down in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? Another school, 5 fatalities, I believe. 6 fatalities. Anytime kids are hurt, obviously, it's a huge deal, right? When kids are hurt by another kid at a place where we send our kids every single day, right? We send our kids to school every single day. We drop them off. We don't even think twice about it. We're going to come pick them up at 3:00, or they're going to ride the bus home and they'll be home by, whatever, 3:45, 4:15, whatever it is. We drop them off and we don't think about that.
It never crossed your mind.
It don't cross your mind until it does. You know what I'm saying? Until it happens, right? But this situation has kind of crossed so many different platforms and so many different barriers that I feel like a lot of places are scared to even touch it. And that's why a lot of people haven't even heard about it. If you don't know what's happening in Nashville, that should raise some questions to you as well.
Well, see, I don't even think it's the fact that people haven't heard about it. I think like when it happened, it was all over the news, and then once stuff started coming out about it, then all the news stations started backing away from it. And it's like, well, hold on. Keep the same, as the kids say, keep the same energy. All these other shootings, as information was getting passed out, it was getting pumped out to the public. But now all of a sudden, we're not going to put out the manifesto because it's an open case. Well, the cat over in in Buffalo, he had a manifesto, and y'all put that joker out the day of.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Dylan Roof had a manifesto. Y'all put that out the day of. The guy that did the Uvalde shooting had a manifesto, got put out the day of. But all of a sudden, this particular person, y'all find and they let before they even did the crime, they let a friend know, or whoever the person was, hey, I'm going to go do this. I didn't put at my house, I got a whole envelope letting people know why I'm doing what I'm doing. So we know there's a manifesto because they showed the text messages between the people. Put the manifesto out, but y'all won't. And the reason why is because it does not. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit an agenda that the country's trying to push to us.
Exactly.
That one party is trying to push to us.
Exactly.
There-
And it doesn't fit.
there's a certain organization or certain social group that don't want their name attached to that. So we catering to that. We're not putting it out because that manifesto will let a lot of people know what could have happened. Because apparently there were several other places.
Yeah. And I also think they're scared to touch the subject because of the LGBTQ community. Maybe not the whole reason, but I think that plays a part in it. Yeah, that plays a huge part in it because obviously, if you speak on it the wrong way, you know what comes after that, right? We're in the big time of cancel culture. We're in the big time of hey, you don't step on that line, you don't cross that line. If you cross that line, there's going to be consequences, and we all know that as a media outlet ourselves. We know the consequences as well. Even just having it in description tonight, I wasn't sure, what the response would be like. If we would get shadow banned a little bit, or what it would be.
That's why I said Nashville incident.
Yeah, exactly. So there's consequences that come with even bringing this type of stuff up on the internet, especially when it's being broadcasted the way it's being broadcasted or not being broadcasted, however you want to put it. But I think, like you said, when it goes back to the narrative, we're talking about pushing narratives, right? Even when it comes to like gun laws in this country or whatever, they always try to say like this certain group has the guns, right?
Yeah.
Why is this certain group hoarding the guns? Is the words that are used, right? But now it's somebody outside this group who did it, right?
Yeah.
Now what are we gonna do? This sounds all bad. So but we don't have time to spin it because it's out there, right? So I mean, it's a big deal. Look at that boy coming back crisp in this thing.
Did it really come back crisp?
It did.
Yeah,
I upgraded my internet to the 1 gig plan. That's why I was gone. I'm not BSing.
Hey, most definitely.
But like the thing that I hate the most is like I read the comment sections and I shouldn't, but I do. And the one thing that I hate the most and is from people who I know they've never purchased a gun. But there was some lady was like, this person was able to go buy 7 guns. And it's easy. You can buy a gun just as easy as you can buy a hamburger, and that lets me know right then and there that person has never purchased a gun in their life. There's nobody who can just walk into a store, go buy one. You're not buying 7 guns at one time. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah,
it ain't happening. But you are not going to be able to walk into any sporting goods store, say, hey, I want to buy that, and they say, okay, it's $550. No, you got to fill out a whole lot of paperwork. And then you got to wait 15, 20 minutes for it to come back. Sometimes if I forgot what the application is called, but if the system ain't clogged up, you might get a bounce back in about 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But for the most part, you're looking at 15, 20 minutes background check. But it take you 10, 15 minutes to fill out the paperwork.
Yeah. And that's also depending on the state. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on the state.
There's some states there's no same day.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it. You can definitely see. I don't read comments like that. I do on some posts, but I don't read comments like just for the simple fact of like what you just said. The social media has done a huge thing in our lifetime, and that has given everybody the idea that they should speak on every single thing. Right. And a lot of people always talk to me about that or whatever. And they're like, how come you don't say something right here? You didn't have nothing to say about that? Well, yeah, I did have something to say, but it wasn't my place to say it right then. Or right. You know what I'm saying? Or it wasn't, that had nothing to do with me. Why am I weighing in on something that ain't got nothing to do with me?
Nothing to do with me.
You know what I mean? And I think we've lost our way on that in this country. And that's a big part of why this story is being covered the way it's being covered as well.
Exactly. And then like the one thing that irks me is like when somebody commits a crime and they're on one party, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If somebody does it and people deem that they're conservative or they're Republican, they are quick to label it, oh, this is a hate crime. Regardless of who it's against, it's a hate crime. But it seems like now that this person is seen to be on the left side of the aisle, well, we don't have enough evidence to name a hate crime. Well, we clearly know they targeted a Christian school, and you can't say, well, if this person didn't feel pushed outside society due to their preferences that you Christians put on them, then maybe it wouldn't have done it. Well, then that means that person did that thing because these people were Christian. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and that's a big
So-
deal about it. They don't want. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying if that's the thing, if you're saying, well, if the Christians didn't do this, person wouldn't have done that. Well, you're saying, well, okay, you're saying that they are doing it because they're Christian.
Yeah, I agree, and that's what I'm saying. That's a big part of. I'm not gonna say it's being kept under wraps because obviously it's out there. If you want to find it, it's out there. But we know how the story normally goes. Once this happens, it's all down the timeline. People changing profile pictures. You know the spiel, right? Unfortunately, we live in an era where it's almost like desensitized to it.
Bro, they put the body count like
you knew it was gonna happen again.
Yep.
Eventually, I think at this point, the argument of gun laws, the argument of LGBTQ, the argument of why this certain person did it, manifestos, whatever have you. I think all that is secondhand. And I'll go all the way. You can go all the way back and pull up the episodes from the last shooting. It all goes back to what are we gonna do now?
Yep.
I don't give a damn who that person decided they wanted to sleep with for the rest of their life.
Right.
I don't give a damn if that person didn't feel what they felt like in their skin. That means shit to me.
Mean nothing.
You know what I'm saying? What means something to me is that somebody was able to walk into a place where we send our kids every single day into the school, get that far as to where the police had to come in there and handle business.
3 minutes.
Now
I can say, compared to the Uvalde situation,
but that's a horrible. Before you even say that I don't even want you to even say it because that's nothing to compare to.
How is it not? It's the same thing.
I'm gonna say, but what the way those officers responded is not anything to compare. But well, they did it faster than that. Well, damn. I hope they did.
No. What I'm saying is, have you seen the Uvalde tapes where the guys were in the hallway?
Yeah,
they were just standing there. Like
that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. That performance was so poor. It's not even on the scale. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't compare. You can't say they did good because they did better than that.
If there's a silver lining to the Uvalde situation, Lord bless them children and them families. But that the fact that the response time and the training was put in place, so now that we're going, I feel like we made a step in the right direction as far as training and these drills and stuff like that. But man, it did have to take all that. You know what I'm saying? And
exactly. And that's the bad part.
That's the lead, you know, and I'm not grouping everybody together because I'm not the same. There ain't another one of me. There ain't another one of you. There ain't another one of you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. And I'm not trying to group all police officers together, but I'm glad these guys did what they did in a timely manner.
Yeah.
Yep. Most definitely. But I'm saying, well, the reason why I was saying, you know, it's sad that they got that far because if we go all the way back to the Uvalde situation, you know, the biggest thing that everybody in the country was kind of trying to push, you know, was like the next safety level. Like we're gonna bump up the security everywhere. And a lot of places, if you've been around any type of schools, a lot of places have. You know, and what we do on a day-to-day, it's kind of hard to move around nowadays.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I respect it. I don't I don't get mad at all when it takes a little longer to get from place to place or whatever it is. Because I respect it. But the places I'm going, you ain't getting in there like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like at this point, I don't know what the funding looking like in all these communities, and I know there's more to go into it than what meets the eye. But at this point, I feel like we're at a spot where it ain't no more getting in. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no more. You ain't getting a shot off in here. You know, it's impossible.
And I know people say like, well, do we want our schools to look like prisons? Look here, if I have to drop Macy off at a school that's gated up, you need a key card to get into the gate to even get on the campus, I'm fine with that. If that helped me sleep better at night, I am fine with that.
Exactly, because the locked doors don't make the locked
No.
doors don't make the prison what it is. You know what
No.
I'm saying? That ain't the case. But and it don't have to look like a prison. It don't have to look like a prison. But we don't live in 1989 no more. We don't
Nope.
live in 1995 no more.
Good
So the
year.
way you went to school and the way your grandparents went to school and your parents went to school, that way is over.
Over with.
I mean, you know, our generation and everything like that, we've seen so much that makes this world different than what it was when our parents was coming up. I mean, we didn't seen 10-year wars.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't seen going into a country, bombing and pulling out of a country. We didn't seen attack on American soil, maybe. You know what I'm saying? We've seen all this growing up. So the world is no longer, oh, look, like our kids don't even really walk to school like that no more.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying? Like we was walking, like think about how young we were walking to the bus stop to catch the bus back in the day. I would never, my kids, right? I have a daughter right now that's age appropriate as when we were to be walking to the bus stop way down the way back in the day. But I would never let her do that in 2023. So we don't live in that world. So having 5 or 6 armed men walking around the school, that's gonna be normal to our babies. My 1-year-old, that's gonna be normal to her.
Absolutely.
So I think it's time for us to push into that era and stop trying to go back to Leave It to Beaver. That's gone.
It's gone.
Over with.
And because like they the only thing they released about this person is that they had another target they were going to do, but apparently it was too risky because it wasn't a soft enough target. People always saying like, well, why do you going to schools? Because they know it's a gun-free zone. I'm not going nowhere where I know somebody might have a gun on me. Or not a gun on me, or I have a gun on them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Look, like you don't see a whole lot of shootings in grocery stores because you don't know. You gotta be nuts to walk into a grocery store and think you finna let it rain and ain't nothing finna happen to you.
Exactly. It's a large group of people. It's way less isolated. Like there's a lot of things about a school to make it easy. First of all, 9 times out of 10, if it's a child doing these things, or even if it's an adult, they're going back to do something. It's a revenge. Most of all these situations is some type of revenge.
And
where does that happen at? Where does that happen at?
School.
It happens at school. But I'm saying that's another. Like, you talk about the manifesto again, right there. Like that's another reason why the manifesto might coming out. The kids at that school might have really been on this person's head.
I mean, this person was 28 years old. They've been out of school a long ass time.
I don't care.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was the students at the school. I think it was
the teachers,
the administration.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I looked up the age groups and I was like, these were 8, 9-year-old kids, but all the staff, especially the ones that lost their life, were like in their 60s. You know what I'm saying? Teachers usually in the thing for the long haul, so it's very possible that the same, and it might not have been that the faculty was the ones involved in the harassment, but they didn't do nothing about it. Exactly.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. So the question of why does it keep happening at these schools? I mean, it's right there. It's right there in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? It said right there on your shirt. You know what I'm saying? It said right there.
It said so on your shirt.
It said right there. You know, most bullying happens during school ages at school.
And kids now are soft.
Yeah. I mean, I just think about this all the time, and I'm so happy that I was a well-rounded individual in my younger days. And even though I joned and everything like that on everybody in the joning sessions, everything, I was always cool with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So luckily nothing bad ever happened to me. But the way we used to talk, I mean, I still got videos right now. The way we used to talk about each other back then.
Ooh.
Terrible.
The way we used to, I'm talking about, don't come to school tripping. Hey, come to school without that shit on if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Or just you know them shoes you cut the grass in, but they right there by the door. You
just slide them on.
Put them on if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Get a haircut and the barber was tripping that day and come to school the next day if you want to.
Don't have no lotion on with them, bro. Let me tell you, bro.
Bert must have been on now. He's laughing.
Hold on.
Must have been one of the
I'm
ones.
gonna tell you, I'm glad he hopped in the comment section, bro. And I still remember this. It's
To this
2000.
day.
Hey, it's 2017. Your boy finna ready to graduate school. I send out my invitations.
Oh man, this was bad.
As soon as they hit the mail, Bert, damn, you could have put some lotion on them ankles, them knuckles. then Nick hit me up. Damn, boy, look at them knuckles. Like, God, dog. Hey, they didn't ignore it. They didn't ignore the whole. Hey, man, Big Reed, he got it. He finna get his master's degree and all that. No, it went straight to the knuckles. And I took the pictures. I go back and look at the pictures, and it's right there, bro. I'm sitting there, and knuckles just white, like I've been making cookies,
Playing pool.
bricks.
Hey, for real though, man.
Hey man, that was like what you say. He said it builds character. Hey, that's facts.
Yeah.
I remember coming home one day from school. I was probably like in the 2nd or 3rd grade, and because I've been fat since fat was fat. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't heard it all. and that's what my dad was telling me. Like, there ain't but so many fat jokes they gonna clown on you. But you know, what's the ones you hear? And I tell him, oh, this is what you say. You know, he gave me the green light. So I'm on the bus. You know, what's that Kevin Hart story? My mama told me to tell you. So as soon as I get the joke, we in the lunch line. Oh yeah, you know he wants some more. You know, I was
ready for it. That was loaded.
It's my pleasure. So pop one off. I'm gonna talk about your head. You got them ears, they sit low, boy. I'm finna get on. Hey, after that, I was a monster. You tangle eye, we're gonna talk about it.
Hey,
nothing
man.
under the sun couldn't get touched.
And I know what you're saying is true, and it build character, right? And hey, when I say this name, Troy, you already know what's up, man. Shout out my guy Cole Watlington, man. Hey, when I tell you, you know, when you look at it, you know, when you look at a friend group, you know what I'm saying? You always like, man, how he in there? You know what I'm saying? Like this cat was straight up, had his grandpa had the farm, you know what I'm saying? Before school, he out there baling hay, you know what I'm saying? Like legitimate country guy, you know what I'm saying? Like straight up country cat. Like he went to the rodeo in college, everything. Straight up country. You know
I partied with Cole in college.
SAU, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? That boy Dodie said that happens today. They're just too soft. I agree.
SOF capital T soft.
Yeah, yeah. But my guy Cole, man, hey, for about 2 or 3 years, probably from 7th to 9th grade, bro, he just ate it. Every joke, every day, he just ate it. And just ate it. Hey, sophomore years to senior year, hey, he hanging with the best of them, bro. You don't want anybody that was outside the circle of the people that was really getting it, they had no chance. They just stood no chance with Cole no more. You know what I'm saying? He on your head from the time he see you to the time, to even this day. Which I don't really go out like that no more. But when I, like a few 2-3 years ago when I was going out, I ran into Cole. And you think he gave me a pleasant hello, how you doing? Hey, it's been a minute. Hell no. Damn, you couldn't get no haircut when you came in here? You know what I mean? Boom, immediately. Damn, you in here without a haircut? Immediately, bro. And that's what I'm saying. He said, on me, Cole had that 5 your ass came high school. But that's what it takes, man. But these kids today, man, it's a different era. Everything is offensive, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know how to change it. I don't know how we got here. Because it happened so fast.
Oh, it happened
like
real
really
quick.
did.
It happened real quick.
I wasn't really gone for that long, I felt like. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I feel like when you leave, when you get in the locker room, everything time stands still.
A little bit.
You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't grow up in the locker room. Everybody in the locker room, when you walk through them doors in the locker room, you turn right back into the 18-year-old.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Playing around. It's Xboxes in there. You know, it's just funny. Fun. That's all it is. So I feel like I left. Joning was still a thing all the way through school. And then I come back here and then I hear about like a group of 12 kids getting kicked out of school for basically joning on somebody. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just a different era, man. And I think we got to get ready for it. We got to stop thinking that it's, you know, Leave It to Beaver days, 1995, even 2005.
Yeah, ain't that no more.
It's a whole different world.
My suggestion would be get all these 7th graders and above, because that's kind of where, you know what I'm saying? That's what them 7th, 8th, and 9th, that's what's gonna make you or break you. You just set them all down in the auditorium and make them watch 8 Mile.
Why they gotta watch 8 Mile?
Hey, because that's the most recent movie. They was on each other's tops. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end, he was like, "I know what you're finna say," and just starts hitting it. I'm like, what you got to say? Nothing.
He prevailed.
Yeah, he prevailed from the. Yeah, okay. I see you, B Rabbit. Everybody gotta have a little B Rabbit in them.
I do live with my mom in the trailer park. Yeah.
I did get jumped. Ball 60 punk.
Right.
Hey,
But
man, that's
I don't
funny.
know. Something got to change because if not, I mean, we just gonna keep seeing more of this. And
Exactly.
and I hate when the media it becomes a political thing, and it's all what can we do to sway our voting block, and how can we spin this in our favor? And let's get rid of Democrats, get rid of Republicans, get rid of all that BS stuff. And it's at the end of the day, we all Americans, we all people, we all got families. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
And
man.
that's what should be talked about. Like, how can we make this stop happening? Gun control ain't something that's gonna happen, because every time I see something like this, it makes me want to go get more. Just like I need to be ready in case something pop off.
Exactly. And it's kind of like a cat's out of the bag thing too on the
Yeah,
whole
no,
country.
it's the toothpaste is out of the tube. There is 400 million guns in circulation right now in the United States. 400 million. You're not going to be able to get.
Yeah,
that we know
that's
about.
on, yeah, that's
that
on
we
record.
know. That's on record that we know about. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to get that toothpaste back in the tube. It's out.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you do some kind of mandate gun buyback, the only people you're going to have bringing guns in are cats like us, law-abiding citizens. We're going to bring them in. But them cats that got the serial numbers scratched off in the throwaway, they don't care. They don't care. I'm not turning my.
They ain't following the laws now. Making more laws ain't gonna make you follow the law.
Exactly.
That's just simple math.
I don't know why that person would go to a school. It's a no gun zone. When has the sign stopped anybody from doing anything?
Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all done hand over kids in y'all's high school smoking cigarettes at lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You can go down even more basic than that. How many of y'all waiting on that little hand that's telling you stop before you walk across the street?
Nobody. I don't. I jaywalk like a joker.
That sign ain't stopped nobody, bro. It's just how bad you don't want to go to jail or whatever it is.
But no fighting in the club.
Straight like that. No lawn chairs. They still bringing them up. Hey, no matter
can you
what
move your camera? Say. I'm trying to sit here.
It don't matter what they sign say. They gonna bring it, man. But hey, I hate that this situation happened, man. I hate that we even have to bring this up tonight. You know, we try to keep it light as we can over here. Because you see the name of the episode, man. We're just having our way. The world is great, but times like this make you realize, you know, it's not, the world ain't going the same for everybody.
Nope.
Right? It's a whole city right now, a whole community right now that's devastated. Losses of, I mean, just think about just the passing of a teacher in a town like where we live. How big of a deal that is. And not from something this tragic, right?
Yeah.
So that happens in the town. I mean, it shuts it down. So
shout out to the whole state of Tennessee, man. They just been through so much. Like the past couple of years, it's just like every time you turn around, Memphis, Nashville, Knoxville. And they did have, not to joke, but they did. Luckily, they had the little football team do what they did for them. So shout out to y'all, man. I know it wasn't like the Saints winning the Super Bowl after Katrina, but keep your head up, keep marching on, man.
Big facts, man. Big facts, y'all. Hey, everybody. I know thoughts and prayers ain't bringing nobody back, but hey, every little bit counts. Every little thought counts. Every little prayer counts. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be one of those people that's getting on here and blowing this thing out of proportion, trying to make it something that it's not, trying to cover up certain details and stuff like that, man. It is what it is. It happened. Let's get to the bottom of it and figure out how to not let this shit happen again. And let's move forward, you know, not to forget anybody, but definitely, you know, find that good part of life, for sure.
But but since we on politics, y'all been keeping up with the whole TikTok ban?
I've heard bits and pieces about
it. Exactly. Bits and pieces, but you know, I get my news source from you for the most part.
So the TikTok ban is not what they are making it out to be. So they're using TikTok as a smokescreen, basically saying like, yo, TikTok is this it's got this Chinese spyware on it. You know what I'm saying? And it's giving all U.S. citizens information to the Chinese government, which is true. It's if you read the terms and conditions, that's what they're doing. But they're putting out this TikTok ban, and they call it the Restrict Act law. Now you read it, and I'm gonna read this to y'all, and you tell me where this sounds like TikTok. It says the Restrict Act law would grant the White House through the Commerce Department the ability to go after anyone and any company that they deem a security risk. The invoked mitigation powers are far-reaching, including the ability for the Commerce Department to ban not just social media apps, but also gaming applications and payment applications. What the hell does it got to do with TikTok?
It
It's
don't
just,
sound
it's
like
just
too much.
from the youngest person in your house to the oldest person in your house got a TikTok. That's the thing right here. And and I'm gonna throw this off, and I'm gonna get on my milk crate for just a second. But I don't know if y'all remember, or if this might have just been a rural Arkansas thing, but everybody was talking about during the Obama administration, and everybody was finna get chipped up, and this, that, and the other. And I'm not taking that shot, blah, blah, blah. You bought one. It goes everywhere you go. It's got a camera and a microphone that can come on by itself. And you can't take the battery out these Jones no more. None of them.
Nope.
Unless you're Brandon Laura. Shout out Phone Pros. Shout out Donovan Brown.
Big fan.
You bought it. You bought your kids one with their iPad. They at the house. We know what they're looking at too. Some of these kids, not mine, have cellular iPads or Samsungs or whatever devices. They in there. You know what I'm saying? They market. It's all in the scope of marketing. That's all it is for. They just drilling down further and further. Walk in the mall with your phone on. Walk by an Old Navy. Before you get to the Gap,
You got
you're
a
going to have the
coupon.
email or notification. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly right. It's all drilled down to marketing, and then also comes back to like following what you're listening to, what you're talking about. I told Nick the other day at work, I said, Ginger must be looking at some clothes because my Facebook was just women's clothing. Had to been. I mean, that's what it boils down to. For that's where the consumerism started. It started out with money, but then it was like, hey, maybe we can, see who he's interacting with, and if this guy's on our hot list, if it's, maybe not even a terrorist, but if it's your neighborhood drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? You got so and so number in your phone. Now you on the list.
And
So,
bro,
I mean,
and the thing is, they can go after gaming and financial apps. That means they can freeze your shit. They can freeze your money. You got Cash App. Oh, he been sending money to. Trey been sending money to Nick like a mother. Boom! Like they don't have to have a reason. They don't have to go get a warrant. Like just freeze it.
we thought he was dealing drugs.
Exactly.
I get the angle and I can respect it to a point, but I know anywhere there's any speck of good, there's a loophole where we can just do you how we want to do
Stop
you.
fear mongering. That's my thing. Stop fear mongering. If you are going to pass a law, don't hide it behind some bullshit.
Exactly. Just come out and say what it is. What we gonna do about it? That's my big thing.
If you honestly think that that TikTok is bad, then come out with a law that's about TikTok. Don't say, "Oh, we're gonna do a TikTok ban," but you passing some other stuff. It was the same thing with the Patriot Act during 9/11. They used for Homeland Security, and we was all scared because the terrorists had bombed the World Trade Center. And what we do, pass it.
Yep.
Not knowing that that gives the government anytime they feel like they can spy on you, they can. You ask for it, and that's that's one of the things that I feel like this country does a lot is they use bad situations, get you scared to the point where they'll mention it, and then they'll have you ask for it, and then once they do it, then say, "Man, you asked for this." Well, exactly. Yeah, you said you were going to do this, but I didn't read all 600 pages of this bill. Why is a bill about one thing 600 pages, and why you got all this other stuff hidden in it?
Exactly. It goes back to what I always say: every system will be taken advantage of, no matter what. It doesn't matter. It's inside of us. It's the first thing we want to do when we read something. It's the first thing we wanted to do when a teacher gave us a bunch of busy work. The first thing we tried to do was figure out how we could get it done the fastest. Yep. We don't give a damn if it was right, wrong, indifferent. We were just trying to get it done the fastest. And your parents told you to clean that shit up while your pops told you to go out there and rake them leaves. He just showed you how to rake it. But you done came up with 20 other different ways to get them leaves in that bag. You gonna we don't know how to just follow the system. So yes, this system may be put in place to do some good. If somebody out here doing something, we need to catch them, and ain't nobody saying nothing because we don't. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Boom, we got it. But we also know personal issues come into play. Shit, little Ray Ray sleeping around with June June's wife, and June June just happened to be in the CIA. Damn, little Ray Ray got a little shit going on the side. Bam, boom, bada bing. How y'all catch me? Well, you fucking around with the wrong one.
It's gas money, Ray.
And it's just that simple, bro. And it's gonna happen. We're gonna hear about it down the road. Everybody gonna be throwing their hands up in the air. Oh, hey, remember that TikTok bill? Boom.
Boom. That's what it's about.
I mean, it happens 24/7.
And one of the parts of the bill is they can go back and review past transactions.
I'm telling you, boy. It's a little different out here, man. You gotta move. You gotta move a certain way. He said, I done slept and missed the show.
He said
too many cold ones.
He sent me a picture today talking about he'd been up since 3:30 yesterday. I said, you need a nap and some chapstick. Hey, but I don't know if y'all noticed this, and I ain't gonna say the name because it's a hot word, but you remember a few years ago there was this sickness and mask and whatnot. But your phone, they hit up the biggest tech guru, and they had a thing on there. If you walked around somebody because they wanted your phone number, if you passed the test, you know what I'm saying, they wanted your phone number, and you went into a database. And if you went into the grocery store and it ain't been 2 weeks, it's gonna tell everybody in the grocery store with an iPhone. You need
somebody around here got that.
Yeah, got that. Yep.
Somebody around here got that. Yeah, I remember that. And you can still, I think you can still do that.
Hey, you can't turn it off now though.
Yeah,
it was an option.
It's the phone.
Ain't that crazy?
Man,
we can turn Amber Alerts off, but not the exposure.
Exactly. Everything they want us to have is right here. I know y'all remember back a few years ago, probably 2012, 2013 era. YouTube came back and did an album, and they didn't think it was gonna sell. So what Apple do?
They put it on everybody's phone.
On everybody's phone.
Yeah, you plugged in your phone in my truck, and I didn't enable the CarPlay. YouTube starts playing. I ain't never downloaded nothing from them.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, I went through and took it off my phone. No BS. I went through and took it off my phone. If I hook up to anybody's car, that is the first thing that plays. That YouTube.
Yep.
The first thing that plays. Everybody know it because it's on your phone. You can't help. I mean, like we're out of control with this, guys.
And then they came back and apologized. But y'all knew what y'all were doing.
Yeah, it's experimental. Hey, and y'all still ain't sorry about it because it's the only custom ringtone I can set on my thing. So get on up out of here.
That's what I'm saying, man. We've been out of control with these phones for a long time, and it's just getting worse. But there's only one thing about it: you have to have it, and that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, what's the point of them hiding stuff at this point? What are we gonna do about it? Everything is set. We've been here for too long, doing it this way for this long. They can come out and literally tell us anything. What are we gonna do?
Exactly, and that's what I think. Life has become way too comfortable for us, to the point where we're like sheep that's hurting us. Pick a direction and push us in it, and stop trying to do all the BS. Like,
I'm gonna tell you
like me, like I'd rather know the person. Like, I'd rather know your agenda than you try to hide it from me. Just come out and tell me. Like, I'm less likely to be mad about it.
I'm gonna tell you why they don't tell the truth. Because if mine was here, and I don't know about y'all's, but my papa, I told you about that damn phone. I told you. I told you.
I'm telling you, bro. I mean, it's kind of like they trapped us a little bit. You know,
a little piece of cheese. I mess with it. Turn over a new leaf.
He turned over a new leaf. Chipotle cheese. Yeah, a little bite to it, don't it? Yeah, exactly.
Little dim lit restaurant over in the corner.
I mess with it.
Brother, they've been trying to kill us.
But for real though, but I mean, think about this. When the last time you done seen a landline commercial?
Never.
Hold on. That's a new it's a new rap video trend. Shout out that boy Smoothie, that payphone freestyle. So they're coming, we're bringing it back. I ain't seen a payphone. I ain't seen a payphone in years that had a receiver on it. I didn't see the box. And I was on the gram earlier, and that boy picked up that. I'm rocking like cutout stacking, baby, and just went in on him. And hey, shout out the payphone.
Shout out that boy. Shout out that boy Smoothie, man. Hey, but for real though, like when's the last time you seen a house phone commercial? All the companies when we was growing up that was coming and putting house phones in and doing all the phone shit. Only thing they talking about is Wi-Fi.
Yep.
You can still buy a phone from them.
Yeah.
You can still get a phone. You can call right now, have somebody come out and put a landline in your house and all that. But you're not gonna see it. It's not on the website nowhere, and it ain't on the internet. It ain't no ads, ain't none of that for no landline. And you ain't seen one of them. You ain't seen no landline. Nobody's talking about none of that in forever.
Ages.
I didn't even know wireless phones were still out there till I started working at Game Day, and Phone Pros got a phone.
And Brandon just got some new ones.
I was like, they still making these? You know what I'm saying? None of our kids know what a landline is.
No.
Nope. Got that long ass cord.
That's part of you wanted some privacy. You had to take that thing down the hallway. You know what I'm saying?
Get the long cord, baby.
Yeah. I kept one in my room just if I had to swap it out. I got some of those. What Burke say? PYT trying to hit my mama's line.
Hey, everybody thought they was shit when they split it and you had your own line.
Yep.
Hey, but in our house, we had the internet and the phone on our own line, the kids' line. So if y'all wanted to be on the internet, you couldn't talk to the PYT. Because they go all through your conversation. Listen to that sounding old on this thing. But for real though, they kind of trapped us into a society where we depend on it. Like what we do, specifically what we do for a living. Even you, Trey, what you do for a living. If a day without this is game over.
Game over.
It's over with.
Over.
Literally. Hey, if I can't get on this, I got to get somewhere where I can get to Big Brother.
Exactly.
1, 2.
Got to.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you.
If I can't get to one of these machines, my whole world is done.
Bro, that's why like that year, me and Rex went
Boy, Dirty said y'all speaking foreign right now. That's Generation 8
was.
I bet he don't even know what a rotary phone is.
I mean, he does, but his generation though.
Yeah. But when we was in Colorado elk hunting, bro, going like the first 2 days not being able to do anything on the phone, it was fine just leaving it in the car. I can't use it no ways. And after like the third day, it was like no, I didn't know where my phone was.
Bro, that's my favorite kind of trips.
Because I was in an environment where I didn't need it, and I felt almost like a little bit like a little sense of relief. Like I don't need the phone. You know what I'm saying?
We went to Yellowstone first couple 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? I was enjoying it, and then it was just like, hey, you wanna ride out there to Lamar Valley where they got a little touch of service out there? I need to check my Facebook.
I'm telling you, because it literally cuts you off from the world, right?
Yep.
Like that's our window to the world, not to our city, not to our state, not to our it's to the world.
The world.
It's our window,
city
right
of the
there.
world, Craig.
Bro, that was like my when I was in Plebe Summer at the Naval Academy. Bro, those 6 weeks during Plebe Summer, no phone. You writing? They tell you to bring stamps and envelopes because you writing letters home. That's it.
It makes you.
It make you like it's like damn, like I ain't got my phone, and this is 2009. You know what I'm saying?
It sure was.
It's 2009. So check this out, bro. In 6 weeks of not having any kind of touch with the outdoor world, Bernie Mac died. Steve McNair died. The Olympics was going on. We didn't know none of that shit was going on, and then we get out 6 weeks later. And people, you turn your phone on and text message. It took me 45 minutes, maybe an hour for all my text messages finally come through because no one knew that I didn't have my phone.
Yeah. Brandon Lewis right here said something right here. He said, y'all barely even know how it was without a cell phone. It was tough. But this is my thing right here. Was it though?
I got this. So we was talking the other day. Nick's had his phone number since he was in the 7th grade. I've had my same phone number since I was in the 9th grade. Yes, we was youngsters when we got them, but don't hate because they didn't have cell service in Bloomberg. Okay, if you could have had one, you would have had one.
Exactly. Get right, Brandon.
But you ain't that much older than us. He out there trying to, well,
y'all don't know.
Man,
come on. But I'm saying life without a cell phone wasn't that hard because y'all didn't know no better.
Yeah, you didn't know better.
Like even for me, growing up as a kid, like for my 7-year-old right now, it is heartbreaking to her that she don't have a cell phone.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying. But when I was 7, I wasn't tripping on no cell phone.
No,
they was out. They was out.
Yeah,
track phone was booming. The one you could take the face off and play Snake on it. Yeah, cell phone. My parents had a bag phone that you plugged into the cigarette lighter as long as I could remember. You know
I remember when Troy got his first cell phone. Bag phones existed, and that was it. Hey, I remember when Troy got his first cell phone, a Nokia. That big Nokia action.
Yep.
I never forget it because when he would go to sleep, I'd stay up and play Snake on that thing.
Yep. All
right.
Do.
But even though he had a phone, it didn't make me want a phone.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a thing. Yeah, my brother had a phone, cool, whatever. We were somewhere, we needed to make a call.
That big black Nokia at the bottom minutes on.
Yeah, and that joker had an antenna you could pull up. That's my favorite part about it. I used to pull the mess out of that antenna.
But that was the thing. Like at the end, it was inconvenient. Like you said, y'all was out doing y'all's thing. But if Mama called, before then, we was down the street. We was playing. We didn't.
Yeah, we lost on.
So now you got a clock on that thing, an alarm, and if she called, you got to answer. So exactly. I mean, it was like
even in the time, but now the time where our kids got the cell phones, or they don't have one yet. None of my kids got no cell phones yet, but the time where kids have cell phones the most, we don't let them go nowhere.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. When nobody have a cell phone, bro, you gone from the time you got up and got ready and everything, bro. We just gone.
The only way people knew where you was they drove by a house and saw a bunch of bikes in the front yard.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
They knew where the plan was y'all was supposed to be at.
Yeah.
That's it. The original where you was going. There wasn't no calling back and saying, hey, we got to move over here. We finna go in the woods, or we finna walk to the lake. We finna none of that.
Nope. You better be home by the time that
That's
street light come on.
That's it.
Nick live 5 minutes away, and I'd be dang if I get up off my elbows to go see if he's on. He don't answer. I'd be like, we just going to wait. We just going to wait.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. You remember, you always had that one homeboy that lived far. You was gonna make the trip to see if he was there, but if he wasn't there, boy, it was a bus on the way back.
Yeah, it was a bus on the way back.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think life without cell phones is that bad. I remember all we had was a beeper. I remember my pops having a beeper.
A beeper, yep.
That's about it. And you better call home when Mama pays. hey, I'll never forget. Hey, right here, this time hit him with that. Who that is right there? Let me use your phone real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, just like that, bro.
Hey, and they still sell beepers.
Yeah, they still sell beepers. Yeah. I'll be, bro, if I seen somebody, I like EMS and people like that use beepers.
Yeah.
But if I seen this a random cat walking down the street, bro, and he had that thing clipped to his hip and that joker lit up one time.
Here she go.
I could always find my son. Where was he at? Where was he at?
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Where was he at?
Hey, bro. Hey,
please tell him.
What would you do, bro, if you was at a bar and you was talking to this cat and he hold on real quick, I gotta make this call. Man, I lose my shit.
I'm gonna laugh. I'll be done right then. I'm gonna pass out laughing right then and there. Like, ain't no way. You gotta be a time traveler. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be a time traveler, bro. You still rocking the beeper. But if he had a beeper and a cell phone, that'd be different. But if he's like, hey, let me use your phone real quick, I'd say, hell no.
What was that movie on The Hangover? He got to pay. He was like, if there's a phone bank around here? a what? A bank of phones?
Hey, she said he was always somewhere he wasn't supposed to be.
Facts.
Hey, see, but that's the thing. But I guess you do got the GPS now. But like I said, now we don't let our kids go nowhere.
And see, I'm 30-something year old. Will you leave it at that? And you need to download Live 3. She's I'd be girl, man. So you know how fast I was going when I got no.
That boy Brandon Laura said I had a friend that had a beeper, and him and his girlfriend used codes to communicate through it. See, I'm old. Y'all didn't use beeper.
Oh, I had a beeper. You get that 143. That's I love you. Hey, you know who to call, baby.
You had to have a code. That's how you talked on the beeper. What you mean?
That was texting before texting.
Yeah. Brandon, you try to act like you that old. I'm finna really have to get on you. I'm trying not to. But you acting like you that old, but you're really not.
Brandon was at the tail end of the beeper generation.
That's what I'm saying. Brandon is like 30-something. You act like you're 50. Oh, man. All my friends had codes. Like y'all was the first ones with the beeper.
We had a bag. We had a bag phone.
I had a bag phone.
Man, we know anyway. Everything Brandon talking about is really like 4 or 5 years behind the rest of the world because we know where he's from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He said I'm 10 years. You ain't 10 years older than me.
Hey, in Texarkana, they had cell phones. They had cell phones in 5 years in Texarkana before Brandon them got them.
By the time they got the cell phone singular was the AT&T.
She said y'all just wasted on girls to make y'all pay. Ain't gonna be no pay.
Oh, you got to pay the piper. You know,
ain't gonna be no pay.
She got paid the piper.
Yeah,
you
got paid.
You talking about our girls, Nora and Aubrey and Mason? No, Playboy, I done been where I been, and ain't worried about going back. It ain't nothing but a G thing.
Baby,
how old are you? You look 30.
Hey man, that's hilarious. People always ask me that, like, what you think it's gonna be like and all that stuff. Whatever. I'm not really worried about it, bro.
No,
they gonna get their little hearts broke. They gonna get their little hearts broke, like everybody else did in this world. You know, it's life. It's gonna happen. It is what it is, man. We just gotta be there. You know what I'm saying?
It's always funny when people be like, "Oh, you know, like I'm gonna have a shotgun. I'm gonna give me a shotgun and sit on the porch." I didn't talk to a bunch of chicks. And I ain't never showed to nobody's house and they daddy had no shotgun.
Because I wasn't going back. Who's going back? Who's going through that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
baby.
I'm gonna pick this girl over here. I'm gonna put my life on the line. No, it ain't never that good.
You meet me at the gas station.
Hey, this is a true story. I was dating this girl once a long time. It's way for you, Ginger. Don't start tripping. But I went to her crib for the first time. Her daddy in there. Her grandpa in there, his uncles, her uncles, they 5 deep, just sitting there, and she's sitting on the footstool. I walked on. What y'all on? Y'all want to go get something to eat? What's up? Oh, I'm 16 years old. Come on, man. I barely had enough gas to get up here.
Hey, have y'all ever seen that movie Den of Thieves or whatever with 50 Cent and all them cats or whatever?
Yeah.
His girl's date come in there or whatever, and they like, oh, she's getting ready, go out in the garage and talk to her dad or whatever. And he walk out there and he got all the homies out there lifting weights and all that. I might be on something like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I might be on something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just know. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no guy, you know what I'm saying? Nothing had to be said, but just know. But I would never be on no gun. Come on, man. Because I know if I had a son and he come home and tell me, man, Dad, I went and picked up Mr. Reed's daughter. He was standing on the porch with a shotgun. He better still be standing there too. You see what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? That's somebody's child. You know, that's somebody's kid too. So yeah, I've always been on that tip, even before I even had a girl. I always been on that. Like, I wouldn't be like that.
Nah. That'd be chill, laid back, man.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna give respect. You're gonna get respect.
Exactly. You know every girl I ever talked to, if they pops was like the super cool pops, that's the one I never wanted. I never wanted nothing to go wrong. Exactly. I never wanted nothing to go wrong. But if you was that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to sneak out for sure? Yeah, come on, sneak out. What we talking about? Him something. He always tripping. Yeah. Whatever. I ain't trying to be that guy. I ain't trying to be that dad. It's a wrap on that.
But I better not catch you in my
house. Nah, any line going on, anything like that, it's a RZA on that for sure. But man, hey, you still tuning into the podcast right now, man. We appreciate it, man. I know we've been going long here lately, man. But hey, most definitely hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button over there on the YouTube, man. Hit that notification bell so you can know when we go live. If you're on Spotify, definitely hit that notification bell so you can know when we post. Y'all keep an eye on Troy and see if he's keeping everything up to date over there on that thing.
Speaking of up to date, about 7 days ago. What about 7 days ago? About 7 days ago.
About 7 days ago,
I was alerted about a package that was gonna be in the mail.
Hey, no,
by the
hey,
end of the-
no,
Yeah,
no,
come
no,
on.
no, hey,
Oh,
hey. I had to make an emergency run to Colorado.
oh, that is true. But still. That's true. That's true. That's no cap in that rap, but still.
Okay, we can let it ride.
No cap in that rap, but still. He said about a week ago that there was gonna be a pack in the mail, man. Hey, anybody, that's all I'm saying right here. This what we gonna do. If Trey keep on BS. Y'all see right here behind me.
He just smiled.
Yeah, y'all see right here behind me. Y'all see what that say. All right. If Trey keep BSing, that spot gonna be open. That spot gonna be open for somebody else to go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all can get all this promo every week.
That's a lot of real estate.
Man, they
Right,
can't
but-
even read that.
I know exactly what it is. If you doing your job, they shouldn't have to read it.
Hey,
You see what
tell
I'm
me,
saying?
tell me this. Tell me this.
It's not even the logo no more.
I'm saying-
You 5 miles down the interstate. You can't read what the sign said, but you see the marches. You know what time it is.
Hey, check this out right here. You hear what he just said? That ain't even the logo no more.
No, it is.
Hey, I ain't got no update. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
It's still the logo.
I ain't got
I mean,
no
no,
update.
I mean, real talk. This Dreaded Archer is not the face anymore. But
I ain't
that's
got
just
no
the,
updated-
that's
I ain't got no updated wall.
hell. I ain't got hell. You bought this for me.
That's crazy.
That's the updated logo right
That's
there.
crazy, man. That's right. Are you? Hey,
Hey,
yo,
can,
hey.
can we get him a gold tooth? Just one.
I got one with gold teeth. I got him with a whole gold fronts.
Hey, check this out. The Dreaded Archer logo got Prime Real Estate right now, right in front of Brandon Lewis's store all week long. My hat been sitting in the front of my dashboard, parked in front of the Home Pro store all week long. Prime Real Estate. Everybody seeing Dreaded Archer right now, man.
Hey, that hat ain't gonna fit no more. Sun done had its way.
They don't got. I got that special windshield.
Hey,
That's-
I'm gonna find it for you, Cameron. Send to you. It's dope.
No, I ain't got no special windshield, but I don't know why. But I leave all them hats up there year round, and they Gucci.
Well, you got extra snaps. So I'm when I buy a hat, I'm maxed out on real estate anyway.
Hey man, I think it's my time, man. I'm going to open the doors of the church, man. Doors of the church is wide open.
Check your phone, Cam.
Doors of the church is wide open, man. Anybody want to come dedicate their life to Christ tonight, man? Come on down. We don't turn nobody away. One thing I learned as a kid, they always told me when it's time to come to church, man, come as you are. So hit that link in the description, hit that link in the chat, man. The door is wide open. We're gonna let you come on, say hello to your folks. If you got something going on, any events coming up, go ahead and hit that link and shout those out. I see my boy Brett McPherson in the chat right now, so we want to talk about the out there the Gloves Not Guns campaign, the boxing gym going on out there, man. That's in Stuttgart, Arkansas. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. I shared the video on the page, so y'all scroll down the page a little bit. I'll reshare it and put it back at the top for y'all. Y'all go share that, man, and get that message out there. That's something real cool going on down there. Maybe one day Brett gonna come on here and talk to us a little bit about it, or even hook us up with somebody at the gym and come on the pod and talk about it a little bit too, man. So shout out to them
Brett,
for doing that.
Brett, what kind of bow you got?
Speaking of Archer, I got a bow for Cam, brand new, never shot. Hey, what that draw link talk about? Because I know I'm 30 and a half. I know Cam got to be maxed.
Cam got to be a 30, 31.
Hey, these only balls I fool with. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I will throw them.
He's only bows I fool with. Them groups tight.
Put them bows on. Put them bows on them. When we're rolling, bow. What song was that?
I don't know what you saying.
He says 32 PSE.
32-inch XOXO.
Hey, and there's also only one PSE I'm full with.
Hey, PC don't even exist no more.
I heard they tore it down.
Yep, they got bought up by Heritage.
Oh, I'm talking about,
Are you talking about
PSE and Magnolia.
No, boy, that's PNC.
PNC, baby.
It's a
Something.
PNC.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, one day we're gonna do. Hey, one day we're gonna do a show. It won't be retalk. Listen, it'll be the Wisteria conversation about the PNC.
Oh, baby.
I'm gonna do a whole show about the history of the PNC.
I only got one little insert, but yeah, it was worth it all. It was worth it all. Hey, if that boy Burke's still lurking in the chats, hey man. I think it was like on a Wednesday night too, boy.
Thursday night.
A Thursday night, boy. We just snuck out of Texarkana, boy. Oh man, that's
Doing
Hey, bro,
82 down 82.
Hey, it's funny because they somebody started a Facebook group probably like a year ago, and it was called like the like PNC memories or memories of the PNC, and people just posting pictures, bro, of shit that's going on in the PNC and people talking about stories and shit. I mean, dude, it was like I bet there was like 3,000 people.
bro. I mean, you know, back then for sure, whenever my first experience at the PNC,
The classic.
yeah, the Big Booty Classic, man. Anything but clothes was the dress code. And man, we, you know, I think I was like a junior. I was thinking I might have been a junior in high school, something like that. I don't know. Whenever it was, I was still in high school. Whatever. And Trey talking about this party, man, the Big Booty Classic, all this stuff or whatever. I'm like, man, we gotta go. I'm telling everybody, hey, we gotta go, no matter what. Then he come back and he say it's on a Thursday. I'm like, hey, how we gonna get that? So my boy J-Rob, shout out my guy J-Rob. Hey, we loaded down that Ford, baby. Hey, hit the road on that ass on that Thursday night. And we walked into a world we never knew about. Hey, we walked into a world we never knew about, man.
Hey, them
boy.
cats, please let me in. Hey, we
Bro.
full.
Yeah,
Nick
it was-
them in that thing already.
I'm telling you, baby, you gotta know how to move when you ain't where you ain't supposed to be. You gotta know how to move. But no, literally the most amount of people, like I've been to some crazy events in my life. All right. Still to this day, I don't know if I've been to an event where there was that many people in that type.
Size of a building.
Exactly. I mean, literally wall to wall, legitimately wall to wall, couldn't move without touching somebody. I mean, it was wild.
And hot.
And
The
hot.
AC though.
And ain't nobody got no clothes on. So you already know it was just a mixture for disaster. You know what I'm saying? It was just a mixture for disaster. But we was right in the mix of it all. I wouldn't trade that memory for the world. You know, it was wild.
But it's funny because the people who shouldn't have been there, y'all were the reason it ended.
We ain't gonna put all that out there. But yeah, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what they say on life, and sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I get where you're trying to go. So yeah, man, shout out to the PNC and everybody who threw that party that night. Big Booty Classic around 2011 was stupid.
Now it's just the classic.
Nah, if you ain't got that other in front of it, it don't even matter. Just that name, the name of the party really makes or breaks it. Because it's how people gonna show up and how they gonna, you know what I'm saying? How they gonna act. First of all, it's called a Big Booty Classic. Stands for itself.
That's it.
Second of all, the dress code is anything but clothes.
ABC.
Stands for itself. And then you see where people like the creativity that came out that night.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like making anything
Wearable.
the wearable. Anything to cover up. All you doing, that's
Cam.
basically what it was.
Cam.
Cover up your shit and come in.
The net of a basketball rim. Basketball net. That's it. That's just
This would have
basketball
been
net.
probably about 2009, 2010. Your boy had one of them heavy duty trash cans on with the armholes cut. I was the 10 man in that thing. But
Hey,
you ain't talking about hot until you don't wear a
I was
plastic
just about to say,
container.
you would have had trash bag on that thing, you wasn't coming out.
You might come out there 200 pounds lighter.
Under my arms while I cut, and it wasn't smooth, boy. I'm talking about, hey, worth every penny.
Raw.
Hey, check this out, bro. Hey, and the bad thing about that night was there was I didn't even really drink alcohol at all at this time. Bro, there wasn't nothing to drink in there but alcohol.
Yeah.
But alcohol. Bro,
Not a good combo.
They ran out of Red Bull, and we was just on the egg. Just
bro, big bottles of Paul Machon being passed around. This is now no one would do anything like what
Pre-vid, way pre-vid.
bottles of alcohol being passed around this place, and by the time you take a sip and pass, and by the time you get the bottle back, it's
That wasn't
nothing.
the only thing, but that's another story.
Hey, this is pre-vid, so we wasn't really worried about nothing else. That's what's
Bro,
crazy.
hey,
Where nobody worried about nothing else, but now everybody worried.
bro, tell me this wouldn't be a hit. You do a documentary about it,
Oh yeah.
and all you gotta do is go to a SAU tailgate, and half the cast that was there during that time gonna be at the tailgate. Let me
Yeah,
tell you something about the boy about the PNC. Oh,
I need footage though. I gotta
oh, yeah,
find
yo,
somebody
yo,
with
yo.
that footage, boy.
all right.
What's
That's
statute
bro. That's
shit
the
gonna
limitations?
be-
thing, bro.
That
That's
shit
the
gonna look
thing.
like analog.
You can do a documentary because bro, no one had like that's the one event, bro. There was never any pictures afterwards.
Yeah, because you can't have no clothes on to bring your phone even in there. And
There
think
was-
about, I mean, what was the camera phone looking like in 2011? I don't remember, but I just know I got videos on my page from like 3 years ago. I go watch them, and I think that shit was in the 60s. So I don't know what's up with that. But then I get on TV and they got damn Earl Campbell rushing for 1,000 yards.
In
Chris,
HD.
What the hell was
hey,
going on?
like when you was trying to find the Michael James highlights. You
Yeah.
can't do nothing with this.
Bro, I could go on YouTube all day long, 24/7, and see Barry Sanders, see Emmitt Smith, see all these cats from way back in the day, bro, playing in tennis shoes on carpet, and clear as day, bro. LaMichael James at Oregon highlights look like I shot them hoes on that camcorder.
They're terrible.
Look like even before I just upgraded the internet.
Hey, but a lot of that come from they filmed it on tape, and you watching film and it's rewind, stop, rewind, stop, rewind, stop, rewind, stop. It stretched that tape and it looked bad.
No, not LaMichael James footage. That shit ain't on tape. That was 2012.
Bro, I bet you they're still doing it on tape or a
Bro.
or DVD.
It don't matter. What I'm just saying, like the Emmitt Smith footage is clear. The Earl Campbell footage is
Yeah, but
clear.
it's also been remastered too.
Mhm. I just think that, like, I don't know, like something happened within the last few years where they janked all the videos from like that time period. It's only that time period, bro. All the whatever we were shooting in back then, and at that time,
That format was terrible.
yes, and it does not translate.
No, I'm sure somewhere in somebody's
Yeah, 15
Just-
years from now, they haven't figured out.
in somebody Dusty Garage, they got footage of what was going down in the PNC.
In somebody's dusty garage, probably inside the PNC. Hell,
Brian Bolt,
It's
if you-
rubble. It's rubble.
holler at any of your folks.
yeah, let us know, Brian, if you can find somebody down there in the Mag Town, man, with some PNC footage. We're gonna get that rocking, man. But y'all know what time it is, man. I gotta get my mental health checks in, man. I need to know how y'all doing, man. Personally, what's going on in your life, man? Physically, you staying in the gym, how you feeling? And then business wise, man, what you got coming up next?
All right, man. Physically, I'm sitting at about a 7, man. I hit a hard leg day this morning, man, and I've upped the cardio, so legs feeling like jello. But I'm sitting at about a 7.5, 8. I say about 7.5. I'm beat up. Mentally, I'm good, man. Kind of easy week of work. Hit all my calls last week, so this week just a bunch of cleanup stuff and just follow up meetings, so nothing too stressful. Business wise, man, Dreaded Archer arrows going up. I'm sitting at about a 10. I met some cool cats today while I was at the range that's gonna come on the podcast and talk. They some young cats that just got into archery and they looking at me like, man, you shoot really well. You must have been shooting your whole life. I'm like, bro, 5 years in, bro. So they want to come on and chat it up. And they got a podcast that they're starting with just 2 friends just talking. So they want to get some pointers and tips on what they need and what they want to do. So kind of help them out with that and talking to Archery Outfitters, the range that I go to, we are talking about doing a shoot and I'm talking about me doing a shoot, but it's gonna be next year. But they're gonna be doing a shoot just to kind of promote their business. So I'm gonna help them do all that promotion and get it all planned out. So super excited about that. And just doing good, man. I don't know. Sitting about like I said 10, man. I ain't got no complaint.
Most definitely, man. Cam, what you got?
Man, mentally, man, I'm still just riding the wave from the Dallas trip. It was just you know that recharge was really just what I needed creatively. I
Dope.
still got so much B-roll that we got to play with, and it's just like the interview went nuts, man. Like I knew when I just watched that. We filmed all day. We got back, we did the interview part, and I plugged in because I was just like, man, I hope this. I had to check it before we packed everything up because we had to redo something. It was all good. And I'm just watching. I'm like, it's gonna be it. It's gonna be it. And we sat down with it, and Nick was over here in my office, my studio, whatever you want to call it, and we just working, and he's like, I gotta go, but I'm not done with it. So then I packed it up. I took it over to his crib and working. I was like, man, I think it's gonna do. Like, if it don't, I'm gonna be just hurt. But it did so well, man. And I'm just still picking up little stuff, just making like little shorts with it that's getting good reception. And man, it just really got me back flowing. And I've done a couple things at work that I kind of shied away from because I was just like wasn't feeling it. And you know, not as personal to me as that, but like just putting them little touches on there, and it's just like people, start noticing different things. Man, it just had me going. Financially, man, everything is everything. We fresh off a payday, so what I'm saying, it is what it is. And physically, man, that's probably where I'm lacking at. I guess it was last week, got tell me I got a little tendonitis in my knee, jacked me up. Had a long weekend because the weather down here, we didn't have to work Friday, so I was rested up pretty well, not having to do too much on it. And Nick and Dota, they keep daring me to reach up and touch the ceiling at work. And backstory, they gave me a few different types of medication, and two of them are identical. One of them is a steroid pill, the other one is a muscle relaxer. And I laid down, got up, I was like, I need to take my medicine. I grabbed the wrong bottle, dumped them out my hand, it looked right. Instead of taking the steroids, I took too many muscle relaxers. And so I was zonked. I was out of it, got to work late, all that. But I'm feeling good. I'm telling them, like, yeah, I'm back. I done shook this knee. I'm with it. And I still can't touch the ceiling. Come down hard on that knee, and I've been wearing the knee brace for 2 days since. And your boy's back, and we're back to square one.
That's workers' comp.
Doctor was so upset with me.
Hey man, hey Cam, let me tell you, bro. I say probably about the last year, Nick has been saying, dude, I got a vision, man. These one-on-one interviews, and he been manifesting it, man. And dude, to see it all come together,
yeah,
is dope.
Like I never wanted to, even with what we do. Like I never want to be on camera. I hate the sound of my voice when I listen to it. That's why I like how my soundboard set up, because I can't hear me. I can't even hear my stuff. So I probably wouldn't be on here with y'all if I could. I don't know how y'all got y'all set up, but I can't hear myself, and that's probably a good thing. But I just don't like it. And I just watching him edit, and there was like a couple shots that done in really dope shots, and it's like from a different angle. I'm like, I don't put this shit on there. But after I seen the whole finished thing, and it was long, I talked a little bit too long, but hey, y'all still fooling with it, I guess. But when I seen it, it was just like, yeah, I get down with this. So, there's going to be lots of other people more interesting than me, on something more interesting that people are just going to be like the next one, whoever it is, whatever it's about. Like we did the smoothie one, and Ron helped us out with that. That was, to me, just the whole experience of everything involved with just being behind the scenes. I was like, man, yeah. So then, like, that was, to me, I was like, that's a tough act to follow right there. But I guess I had just enough of the right people to put it out in front of the right people, the shares and stuff that we got. Man, it was just really, really receptive. But I know this next one, whatever it's going to be about, if it's anything which other than music and shoes, it's going to go stupid through the roof. I mean, that's the next one going to be a $250,000 video, if not beyond. If this one don't hit a $250,000 for us, also, we halfway there now, and we're a weekend. Not even a week. What that was? We 3 days.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday.
So
Exactly,
I mean,
man.
I can't. I don't know what to do with myself if that thing hits 200,000. Like I'd be stupid.
Telling you, hey, it could do it, man. It's got
Yeah,
the potential
it's
to do it for sure,
yeah.
man.
Couple of the right people sharing this. We on.
Exactly, man. I'm just gonna piggyback right off that, man. Personally, I needed that recharge as well on the creative juices. And I talked to y'all previously before we even went down there to shoot that video, and just talking about how excited I was to go do it. Because, like Troy said, man, I've been talking about doing one of these for a while, in which obviously at work, we've done a couple, but it's so uh, I don't want to say boxed in, but I mean we're a sports media company. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's gonna
yeah.
be about sports, no matter how we shape it up, put it on the bowl. It's
And
gonna
it's
be
kids involved. You know
yeah,
you know.
exactly. It's just not the full shebang and the freedom that that we had with this one. We went down uh, and we shot the whole thing, and like you said, just the experience. And we talked about this kind of pre-show, like how is it when you get footage for somebody else to edit? Or versus shooting it yourself and everything like that. And when you walking through those sneaker shops and you talking to the guys who own the shop and the guys selling the shoes and you getting background on that, all that goes into the editing process. You know what I'm saying? Like the way the beat hitting right here, that's how I was feeling when we was in this store. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it all flows together. And it makes it look good, man. And I couldn't imagine that it was gonna do 20K, let alone 100K, let alone 120K, 125K. I never saw that coming. I'm not gonna lie. The biggest video I've been a part of so far was the 32K with SneakerCon, which that was a whole nother monster, a whole different style of video and everything like that. So when I get done edited, it's 17 minutes. We go by the rule of thumb at work. Anything longer than 3 minutes, ain't nobody watching that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get done chopping it up, and it's 17 minutes, and I turn around the cam and I say, "Hey, this video is 17 minutes 5 seconds or whatever." He like, "Damn," and I'm like, "Damn," and then we like, "How long was that Smoothie interview?" And we go back and look at the Smoothie interview. It was 17 minutes 33 seconds. So he was like, "Okay, we might have a chance here." And man, we posted it, and
That's 17.
yeah, it goes through the roof, man, and I'm just so proud of it. Um, I mean, if you know anything about video editing, if you keep watching a video, there's so much more you wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
When you keep watching it over, like, oh, I could have put that there instead and stuff like that. But I'm trying not to do that with this one. I'm trying to practice what we preach and really live in this moment. And 125 people, 125,000 people, saw our work.
Hey,
That's what I'm
and it
kind of.
wasn't the thumbnail because the thumbnail is my big ass walking down. You know what I'm saying? It was a well shot picture, but it ain't. I ain't clicking on that. You know what I'm saying?
And no clickbait. You know what I'm saying? No clickbait with it. I mean, we
just got another one.
exactly. Hey, we didn't put like one of the well-renowned places that we went as the thumbnail. We went a whole different route with this, man, and just the way it was received. Shout out to everybody who liked it, shared it, commented on it, everything like that. I mean, you see the name of the episode, man. We really out here just having our way with this podcast stuff, man, with this camera stuff, the interviews. I can't wait for the next one. Obviously, I don't even want to say it because I want it to be a drop, man. I got one in mind. You know what I'm saying? I got one in mind, man. That's gonna be crazy. But it's gonna be legit. So personally, man, and my life is going well. Actually, I think my wife's still watching the podcast right now. I've been a single parent this week. It's been tough. Shout out to all the single parents out there.
He been down.
Hey, my 1-year-old been giving me the blues all week long. Don't want to go to bed. But hey, it's part of it, man. I salute you because I leave you at home plenty of nights on the road doing games and shit like that with these girls. So hey, shout out to all the single parents out there, but no, shout out especially to my wife. Physically, I have all solidified and locked up my spot, my summer spot at Walker Resolutions. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be down there this summer. You know what I'm saying? Giving my helping hand where I can with the kids and stuff like that for the summer, man. Trying to pour back into the youth as much as I can. in this area, man. So physically, I feel good, but I know I got to get back right because ain't nobody finna try to race me or do a drill against me and make me look bad in there. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get fully back right. I just gotta, injury for me has always been a huge issue, and just lingering injuries from playing football forever like an idiot. Uh, and just hurting, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, physically, man, I give myself a 10, bro. I feel good. This is like the time of my life right now. I'm doing what I want to do pretty much. Um, I got the freedom to go out and take pictures. I got the freedom to go out and do videos. And then I got you, Trey. I got Cam, Ron, all these guys, on the weekends I can just, feed these ideas off of and just, keep running this thing up, man. So shout out to y'all for that. And what's the last one? Business wise, hey, I think all my other ones laid up right to this, man. Business wise, RCL podcast, we're doing our thing. Shout out to the Instagram as well for getting the followers up over there on the RCL page. We've been trying to get that up for a long time. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the people on Facebook. I got a notification the other day. The past 18 days, we've had more traction on the page than we've had in over a year of having the page. So shout out to whoever and everybody that's coming through on the page and liking and sharing and just viewing the page, man. All that stuff matters in the eyes of somebody. So shout out to y'all, man. The video went wild again. That's on the RTL Instagram. Also over there on Killer Cam Instagram. What else? TikTok. It received good numbers on TikTok on Killer Cam as well as on Big Poppy 19 on TikTok, man. We still got the t-shirt contest into next week. So make sure if you haven't got a submission in, to make sure you get one submitted. So you can have a chance to win that free shirt, and as well as have your design, which you will get credit for everywhere it's posted and everything like that. Your design as the official Read Talk and Listen, first t-shirt, first merch. So shout out to everybody who put their submissions in, and hope some more people put that in, man. But we're just having a good time over here. Summer, it's getting hot outside. Y'all know that's my favorite time of year. I get a little bit darker, but I take that for the way it make me feel, the way, you know what I'm saying? Hey, everything's better in the summer for me.
Always.
I'm just ready. Hey, I see that boy Black Cobra just hopped in the chat, man. Shout out my guy Black Cobra. I see you watching that thing, man.
Black Cobra,
hey, you already know what it is too, baby.
Show it to
you
him.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, you already
like that.
You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Black Cobra.
Coming to a ballpark near you.
Exactly, man. But we just having our way over here right now at the Read Talk and Listen podcast, man. Big shout out to all of the listeners out there, man.
Yeah, baby, we live.
Shout out to everybody, man, that's just been doing y'all's part, man. We're gonna keep doing ours. And I'm gonna get an RCL 10 out of 10, man. I normally don't do that because there's always room for the green arrows going up, man, but they're still going up. And it's big over here right now, man. We're just gonna keep doing it. And it couldn't be it wouldn't be without y'all. So keep supporting, man. We're gonna keep doing our thing.
Hey, one more thing, just because I seen him a little bit earlier and he's still in my mind because I did him for the bad in Academy. Shout out to Colton, Sugar Free Watson, and Bears Barbecue.
Most definitely.
I was supposed to go got a plate last weekend. I had other plans. I didn't get over there in time. We was editing video and I had plans fall through, but I seen him in Academy and I was walking through there. He didn't see me and I just yelled, "Hey, that's that man selling barbecue, gave me food poisoning." He just, "Hey man, don't be saying this shit." Hey man, shout out Sugar Free, man, doing this thing over there. Just anybody that I like to, I ain't gonna say me, if you trying to do your thing, whatever we can do to help facilitate, man. We just a white dude and a couple cash from Wambi, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Hey, most definitely. We might not be able to do a lot, but we can do something. All right, you know what I'm saying? Whether that be buying a hat off your page, a shirt off your page. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what shirt Trey wearing tonight, but you see Cam, he got on the Dreaded Archer merch. Trey got on the Vortex. You know what I'm saying? He get a little hostility for us tonight, but we see how that go. His hat probably somewhere local. I'll give him that.
Hooked and
But yeah.
tag, baby. Hooked and tag.
Exactly. So we just try to support wherever we can. If we run across somebody who's doing something, man, this is what this platform is for. Whether it be what we're wearing or what we're saying, man, we try to get it out there. So shout out to everybody doing something. But a huge shout out to Bears Barbecue, man. Got a video. With him as well. Y'all can go check out us on his page, man. Colton Watson on Facebook, Bears Barbecue on TikTok. Y'all go check that out, man. He coming live. He actually sent me a few smokers today, man. He better take this thing full sale. I'm gonna be with him every step of the way. We gonna be with him every step of the way. I'm sure we'll have him on here at some point, and y'all get ready for a live pod next to the smoker somewhere at a competition or something.
He gonna be mailing barbecue like that one cat on Instagram.
Hey, I'll guarantee
it'll be a box by the end of the week.
I guarantee you, if he can get it to you, he's gonna get it to you, man. So shout out to Bears Barbecue, man. I can't wait to see what that turned into. So you must have just got what he said.
No, I heard it. It made me laugh again.
Most definitely, man. But hey, before we get out of here, y'all got any last words for the people?
Hey, man, I'm gonna keep rocking with my same old thing, man. Hey, if you trying to do something and you trying to be successful, look at the people in that field that's successful. Find out the price of success and pay it.
Definitely.
I mean, just invest in yourself, man. I've always seen people post, inspirational quotes on different social media platforms and whatnot, and it's starting to really soak in, and you can't really just take it at face value. You kind of read between the lines with it, but the only person stopping you is you.
Yep.
You see a lot of people, I can't because financially. No, hey, I did it. Hey, you boy broke. We in this thing. We're doing it every day.
Hey,
So,
I saw his thing, and it's they were being funny, but it's some truth to it. They said you never hear a crackhead say you can't afford crack. He just go out there and get it. And what you got to do, man, you just got to go out there and get it.
Got to go out there and get it. Hey, these cameras cost. These computers cost. These mics cost. We talked about it earlier. Hey, these cost. And when you got to have it on point, it costs. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, where we work, you make it a little easier. But hey, it costs. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that price is, man, you got to pay it. If you want to start a podcast, I see my boy Black Cobra in the building. You want to start a podcast, go start it. Black Cobra, go check him out. Hot dog, Glizzies and Ground Balls.
Yeah.
Over there on the Instagram and YouTube and all that good stuff, man. Glizzies and Ground Balls. He wanted to start a podcast. Hey, and look, he started one. You know what I'm saying?
He good too. Shout out, hey Willie, man, you doing your thing over there, man. I seen it. I like your setup. You got dope setup, man, for sure.
Most definitely, man. So you get out there and do it, man, no matter what it is. It might hurt the pocketbook. It ain't gonna look good when you go to the app and look at them numbers. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Hey, every month when something due, you might be scratching this like good scratching this stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do it. It's somebody did it. The dude you looking at or the girl you looking at on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook, that's got all them followers and doing what you want to do. They were sitting where you sitting at some point.
Yep.
Granted, it's some people out there who, because of what they did in the previous, like their field of work or sport or whatever it was, made it easier for them to start that podcast or whatever it is. But it's some cats that's just like us. It's some cats that's just like you that had an idea, that wanted to go forth and do it, and they did it, and now look at it. Now we know them as such and such.
Yep.
But
they
before
didn't wake up that way.
Exactly, man. So get out there and do whatever you got to do. I know we are, no matter what. And we just gonna keep doing it like that. My ending statement remains the same. It's summer, it's getting hot. We know what happens when it get hot. Hot boy summer, hot girl summer, crazy folk summer, what I call it. Be vigilant. Know who your kids playing with. Know the parents of the kids your kids playing with. You know what I'm saying? Know what's going on at the schoolhouse. If your kid's being bullied or talking about someone being bullied at school, it is your duty as a parent of a kid at that school to say something.
Yep.
It ain't nothing to just brush off. This is not 1995 anymore. If a kid is saying they are going to do something, it is a high chance that's what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So let's get real. All right. Let's get real about the situations, okay? Let's take heed to what's going on around us and fix this shit. There's only one way to fix it. All right. We gotta all move forward together. We can't have some people saying, oh, this is the reason. We can have some people saying, oh, this is the reason. That group's the reason. This law is the reason. We can't have that. We got to move forward together, cohesive, and figure this shit out. It's us against the shooters at
That's
this
it.
point. Not the government, not the LGBTQ, not the Christians.
They
None
in
of that.
every shape, size, color, nationality,
Exactly.
and all that.
It's us and the safety of
Blast.
our kids versus the shooters. So let's figure out how to stop them from getting to our kids. That should be the main objective. All right. I'll leave it at that. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add?
Be good people.
Do unto others as they have you would have them do unto you, or something like that. Shut up, my
What
papa.
they call
Man.
it? The golden rule.
That's the golden rule.
You know what I'm saying? We go back to kindergarten. This whole thing will shift ways. I promise you it will. But with all that being said, man, it's the season 5, episode 11 of the Read, Talk, and Listen podcast. I'm your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host, Trey Reed. Killer Cams on the ones and twos tonight. We are out.
What? I mean, it's been turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't go close to her.